Oh, here comes Roman. Nice to see that he popped back up after the Undertaker gets busted to hell and everything. This is why Roman Reigns has no friends in the locker room. You ever notice when Roman Reigns is getting the shit kicked out of him any given night, no one comes to save him?
That's because Roman Reigns isn't liked in the locker room.
Well, that's what he said. Yep. Oh, the Undertaker's like, I'm too old for this.
Yeah, nobody likes Roman Reigns. I'm hoping this is as live as it can get. So we pull the Undertaker all the way to the middle of the thing there. Okay. Yeah, of course.
What happened?
Nothing, just... Why did Shane expect pulling the Undertaker to the middle of the ring wasn't going to have him raised back up?
What are you watching? I'm watching on the network. What are you watching on?
I'm watching on the network.
Oh, okay, I guess there's like a little delay between us.
I guess.
Oh, spear! Oh, yeah. I love the Undertaker. He looks at Roman Reigns like, fuck you.
Where the hell were you when I was getting my ass kicked back there? You son of a bitch! I can say that because you're one of the big dogs.
Undertaker he's just like, this is bullshit, Shane.
You finally ripped me, Shane. You finally did it.
And the crowd goes mild. Okay, maybe a little bit more than mild.
We don't know what's happening, but this is awesome. And there it is. At least the crowd goes home happy.
Well, that's the end of the show. Oh, thank you. Good night. Because you know that's WWE mantra. The crowd has to go home happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is the biggest pop of the night. Just shut it off.
It's all downhill from here.
Mm-hmm. Do not bother.
You know, it would be funny if they're doing this because, you know, the quote unquote the show has to, the fans have to go home happy.
Oh yeah.
So they're doing this. They're doing it now because, you know, by the end of the show they're not going to be happy.
Oh yes. Either that means one of two things: either Lacey or Baron are going home happy. That means
I still want to see Baron win by pinning Becky.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way. That's the only way it should work.
That's the only way I'm going to be happy.
Right. I'm the Undertaker, and I just patted the dog.
He's a good dog.
He's a good dog. He's a very good doggy. Ooh, it's a good boogie. Ooh, it's my little Roman Reigns.
Want to play fetch, fella?
This was the whole dank. I was just watching the Count Dankula video where he's teaching his pug how to do Nazi signs. Can we get something like that for wrestling here? The big dogs.
I love the utter contempt that the Undertaker has looking at Shane right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, he probably really hit him with that stupid elbow.
It was your idea to have me go against Goldberg in Saudi Arabia. We could have had a great match if it was in Poughkeepsie, but no. Here goes Shane flying through the air with the greatest of fleas.
Good thing that trash can's there, so he doesn't have to hit the extra 4 feet.
I know, thank God. And of course, we don't show the impact; we show the crowd.
But you know, it's funny about the Undertaker. It's like Undertaker was willing to walk away. He just wanted to do what everyone else in the business does now. To say,
you think the Undertaker does that whole thing there, the whole X with the whole rolling back your eyes and everything? You think he does that with doing Michelle McCool behind?
The last time I made fun of the Undertaker, a lightning bolt struck right outside my window. So
That's right. I forgot.
We just recently dug up that audio.
That was a great podcast.
So the last, I have learned, but that was 15 years ago. I've learned my lesson not to make fun of the Undertaker.
I'll still make fun of him.
Things happen.
Right. I'll still make fun of him. I don't care. I love you, Mark.
Yeah, you make fun of him and watch what happens. The big one hits tonight.
Absolutely. That's all I need is the big one to hit. Oh, by the way, the video that we have up is the old video from Shane and The Undertaker fighting each other, or not Shane, but Roman and The Undertaker fighting each other at WrestleMania with a disapproving Shane looking on. So, say what you will, that probably was the actual critique of this match.
I was trying. The
I'm just happy.
Undertaker.
I'm just happy the Undertaker started off the night, so that the crowd starts off happy, and he gave me an extra 10 minutes of that for that entrance, so I can eat. So, good job, Undertaker. I'm happy.
The Undertaker. He didn't have to. He's like he just wants to do things that everyone does now at his age. Do the conventions, do a podcast or two.
Right.
That was it.
Exactly.
But the WWE's like, no, you got to come back. We need you. We have no one else.
You need to make sure that I put everybody over.
No.
Vince, I've created 20 I've created 20 the ones already. Damn it! I need to give it to Roman again.
I just love the look of. He looks so He just looks so disgusted. It's just amazing.
It's because he can't believe he can't believe he's still here. Look at him. I can't believe I'm still in Saigon. I can't. Cause I'm a badass. Watch me rip, and if you like that, you can suck my tip.
I would rather see. Undertaker's got a good agent and stuff. They should have written it into his new contract. At least let the guy come back as the American Badass Undertaker.
Absolutely.
This way he gets to ride his motorcycle down to the ring. He doesn't have to, wait for all the fog and shit to clear.
Right.
Oh look, it's the team Friends with Benefits.
Man, Becky Lynch, and the
there are a couple.
I know. I heard there were a couple. Why are they
They're
coming out from two different sides? Where are they coming?
I know
That's weird.
Well, just because they're a couple, they don't share the same locker room.
Look at Becky's face. She is not approving of any of this. Why do you keep bringing up that we're a couple?
They're totes a couple,
They're totes a couple.
Steak tonight.
This is horrible because half the locker room's already seen Seth's dick, so.
Are in Philadelphia, PA.
And as we just saw, Philadelphia likes it when things get extreme.
Did Shane? Did Renee really say that? I'm getting reports that Renee said Shane is fucked during the match.
Shane is fucked during this match. Renee just wants to get to AEW so badly.
Oh my god, Dean, her and
Dean,
and John, her and John.
No, you can call her. You can call him Dean. We're talking about the WWE.
Oh, Dean, John, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just found that funny. I don't know if that's really true or not.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I wanna believe that she really said that.
She really did. Absolutely.
We've got motivation.
Yeah,
Most
a lot of people are
importantly-
talking. Apparently, she said Shane's fucked.
Shane is fucked. Now, was that after the table spot, or?
It said once the Undertaker got tagged back in.
Oh my God, Shane's fucked.
Renee can say whatever the hell she wants.
Oh wow, look at that! They just completely ignored Bret Hart in this Raw promo here.
I wasn't even. Damn, I gotta go back 10 seconds. What happened? What is this Raw reunion?
It's a Raw reunion, and they just completely skipped over Bret Hart.
But what are they reuniting? What are they reuniting?
Next week. Not this Monday, next Monday.
No, but I'm saying, what are they?
No, they're just doing a Raw reach around.
Oh, well, okay.
That's the name of my new column, by the way. The Raw reach around. Ooh, yay, the revival. And they're coming out with some, coming out like Arn and Tully. Loving those jackets. These are fantastic. You know what? If they give...
My production assistant was bugging me during there, and I was trying not to scream over the heads.
Yeah, I understand. I understand you can't get good help these days.
No, you can't.
Ah, damn it.
We're a 2-bit show. We don't have operation here. We don't exactly have, dump buttons and all.
We're not using union labor, let's say. All of our people are non-union. Don't tell Fox Sports 1. I know a bitch that'll fucking complain about it.
Oh my god! Yeah, just when I thought you were done with that, you have to go back to that again.
Everyone, check out the rest of our content. Our content. We just had a recent time with the incident between Bailey and Fox Sports 1's. I don't know what her name is.
Kristen Leahy, I think. No, she's another Fox. She's a different Fox info babe.
Right.
Anyway,
Twatty McNickers couldn't keep union talk out of her mouth when talking to Bailey, and Bailey had to shut her up about this. So go check out that video where you hear me rant about everything. As I take a hit of this wax. Holy crap, that's some good shit. So we go from one average tag team match to another average tag team match. I don't know what is there. It's Extreme Rules, so is there any Extreme Rules to this match?
No, this is just a regular run-of-the-mill tag team match.
But it's that referee that keeps screwing everything up, so this might not be as normal as usual.
Hey, at least we can tell which Uso is apart now because one is wearing an armband.
Yeah, really.
So they haven't done that in a while anyway.
Oh, but one of them cut their hair, so it's a lot easier now. One of them kind of looks like Andrade. Andrade with sweatpants on. Look at those pants.
I will admit they are nice sweatpants.
Those are some high-grade sweatpants.
Yeah, those aren't your...
Those aren't
cheap.
Yeah, your 3 for $10 at Walmart. Those are some high-grade sweatpants. And those polyester pockets really put things together. He literally got this thing at a thrift shop, didn't he? He got this outfit.
It's gotta be sweaty, though, wrestling on sweatpants.
Yeah.
I remember back when Foley was at his peak in the WWF. He always used to wrestle in sweatpants, because he was at his Mick Foley I don't give a shit period.
Right. He was at his foliest.
He was at his foliest. And on that show they did on the network, Storytime, whatever it was called, Mean Gene, they animated this little story about how basically he would wrestle in basically the clothes he came in. So it's his flannel and his sweatshirt.
Right.
His flannel and his sweatpants and whatever he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
He would shower, and then he would put his sweaty clothes back on and drive to the next town.
For what it is, I used to do that too. It's a comfortable thing. It's one of those things that you just get comfortable wearing what you're wearing. I'd like to say that Mick isn't. I'd like to say it just wasn't Mick didn't want to pay for extra pairs of underwear and things like that, but that also had something to do with it, probably.
Well, if you bring extra pairs of underwear on the road, that means extra times you got to do laundry and stuff. So
that reminds me, I need to change the visualness of our podcast. We are having visual stuff now. We're actually adding video and things like that to our podcast, which is pretty neat. So let's. I can't spell the revival. Revelios. That's not how you spell it.
Revive
Al.
Revive and all.
Revive Al.
By the way, you are listening to We're Live, Pal, here on what happened?
It's all right. We're still good.
Okay, yeah, all right, we're working.
Yeah.
Just making sure everything's working.
Folks, this is legitimately a 2-man operation, and it literally is a 1-man operation because I'm the only one doing everything here. He just gets to talk. I'm the one doing all the work here.
Well, somebody has to be the reasonable one here.
That's true. The reason why I get to say whatever I want and be a complete jackass is because I'm the one doing everything. You get to be the voice of reason and not do a thing. I had nothing to do with this.
See,
plausible deniability.
See, in comedy, it's called I'm the straight man. I set everything up, and I let him just do whatever he wants.
Exactly. Which is working out for us pretty well. Like watch us end up on the news next time. No, they said this thing about whatever the hell. You damn right we did. Fucking bitch.
It still amazes me that Extreme Rules is something that came out of what was the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So we're going back to 2005? Yeah, 2005 or 2006. And just a one-off thing. What the hell? Just do an ECW thing. Who gives a shit? And they're like, hey, we can make some money off this sort of stuff.
Absolutely. It's almost like people like the ECW kind of thing.
And then, of course, WWE being WWE, they're just like, well, it can't be too extreme, and we have to put some production value into it. I mean, we're not broadcasting from that shithole in Manhattan anymore.
And who the hell are these guys? We gotta put some of our guys in there, because nobody knows who the hell these guys are. The Sandman? What the hell's a Sandman?
By the way, if you've ever been to the Hammerstein Ballroom,
it is a shit pile. Oh my god! I've been booked. I got booked at the Hammerstein Ballroom once. It's a complete and utter pile.
No, it's a nice old venue but it definitely for wrestling it's a very tight fit. The worst thing is going to see a wrestling event upstairs at the old Manhattan Center, which is the little ballroom that they used to shoot Roar at back in the day. And there's only one elevator up there, and so you got to go. So basically, if you're going up there, you got to go up, and the fans go up in bunches.
How the hell do you do that? I never went up to the Manhattan Center. I always wanted to, though.
They literally. Oh God, this is flat. Ugh. Of course.
Why would your production assistant bring you flat soda?
Because he said, "Oh, there's no."
You gotta punch him in the face next time you see him.
Mm-hmm.
He's non-union, folks. We could do that if we want.
Okay, there's a little. I can live with this. There's a little taste of this.
Right, that's the rules. We can because he's non-union. We can hit our employees.
Right. I don't know. You can probably bring it back and get money back for it, right? If it's flat.
Yeah. If it's flat, yeah, you should be able to get your money back. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
This is America.
See if he can. Here, he just came. See if he can exchange that. See if he can get me a new one. Thank you.
I said punch him in the face. Like how? Look at. See now, look. Okay, now to the point. This is where it happens. You see how that referee is just completely screwing over the Usos? That's what it is. The Extreme Rules is this dummy referee who's been screwing over every single wrestler that he's been reffing for the past 3 weeks.
God, whatever.
I'm starting to believe the conspiracy theories about this guy. I think he's a paid agent. He's paid by the WWE to screw up matches. He has to be. Nobody is this incompetent. Oh my God! Look at the Revival. They're like a book. I don't want to see it, but I know it's classier than anything I'm looking at the moment. I want nothing to do with it, but I know it's classier and much more beautiful than anything else. I don't know why I'm talking about the Revival this way, because I like tag team wrestling. I like this match too. This match actually hasn't been that bad. We figure you all are watching the matches, so why bother talking about what the match is going on? Look at that! Look at that slap! Whap! I think I might be off a couple of seconds to most people.
There is a match going on, isn't there?
Isn't there? But see, it's not an Extreme Rules match. That's where this dummy referee's coming in.
Ooh, that's good. That looked like it hurt.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think Scott Dawson might be out for the count. Oh, just look at this again. Right across the top rope. Yeah, he's like, fuck, I'm hurt.
He's done. All right, don't move me. No, you idiot! Don't move me. All right, here we go. I have no idea how far back I am.
Just hit the live button. You should be able to catch.
No, I hit the live button, and I right now I got Jimmy and Sean. Right now I got Jimmy and shit.
I'll give him some credit. He got back up and he took a Samoan drop.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's adrenaline or just stupidity, but he did it.
Yeah, I'm off by like 3 seconds.
That's
Yeah.
it's
a West Coast feed. That's what I blame it on.
You know, if I found myself getting bounced off the top rope like that, I think I would use this as a good excuse just to sit back and like, all right, maybe slow down.
Hold on a second here.
This match is not going quite according to plan.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say this out loud because there might be people listening, but one time I put Mike Quackenbush in a small package, and he farted in my face. Just laying that boat out there. I hate you, Mike Quackenbush.
Oh, another ugly Samoan drop there. Jeez, this guy's taking spades tonight.
He's the worker of the night. Oof.
You could tell.
All right, I just saw the Samoan drop you're talking about.
You could tell he's in some serious pain.
He's just, I don't know what the hell I'm complaining about my neck. Look at him. Look at that. Jesus. Now he's got the elbow pad off. That's not good.
Ooh.
Am I the only one that would be really, really I would really pop if there was a Briscoe Brothers versus Usos match? Like, I can't be the only one that would want to see something like that, right?
Where would it take place?
In the WWE.
I don't know if I'd want to see a Briscoeized WWE, version of themselves.
No, they're gonna come to the WWE anyway.
No, that ship sailed. That they're never coming to the WWE.
Yeah, they are. Watch, they'll show up.
All right. On the Indies, this would definitely call for an extra hot dog and a handshake.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey pal, you're getting $10 extra tonight.
Your back's all fucked up here. Here.
Have some relish on that, dog. You earned it, buddy. I like these spot fests that the professionals do, though. Like, I get a lot of spot fests at AEW and stuff like that, because I haven't watched the last show. I'm going to watch it tonight after this, actually, probably. But I imagine there's a bunch of spot fests by a bunch of kids. Fuck. And they bounce around so fast and so fluently, right? That you kind of miss everything about it. Yet when you have professionals who go out of their way and slow down a bit, yet still sail through the air and make it look fantastic, and then they go right into a nice beatdown spot like we're having right now. I like it when professionals do do spot fests.
Ooh, blocked. Always blocked. He has one of the sweeter. Oh, here it comes! Shatter Machine! 1, 2, 3. Thanks for coming.
Brilliant.
All right, somebody go get Dawson a bathtub full of ice because he's gonna need it.
Dawson, you did a hell of a job there. Have some mustard.
It wasn't a bad match.
No.
Would have been better.
I wouldn't. The worst part is I wouldn't want everyone like you were saying, right? You were saying the Briscoe shouldn't be in the WWE. I wouldn't want the revival in the Indies. The revival would try to do so many things in the Indies, and it wouldn't mean a thing because it's in the Indies.
Nah, I think if the revival were on the Indies, we'd see them basically doing what they do now. It wouldn't be any, they're the perfect '80s throwback team, so they don't have to do anything crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The only thing that they would probably do different on the Indies is the Shatter Machine would turn from the leaping lung blower, whatever it's called now, to a spike pile driver.
Maybe for the Heat
Which, by the way,
would be amazing.
You let the revival do a spike pile driver as a finisher. That would be amazing.
I have no idea why they haven't used a spike pile driver as one of their like go-to things.
Hold on a second. SummerSlam is August 11th. Isn't that really early for SummerSlam?
I got a rally on August 11th.
Yeah. Because usually SummerSlam's like at the end of August.
Yeah.
Why the hell is it so early?
Because summer schools, because kids are going back to school earlier. They go back to school at the last week of August now.
Well, it's this year. It's in Toronto, right?
Right.
So.
And then on top of that, Canadians are always goofy. Canadians are always like a few months behind.
The WWE got sick of us here in Brooklyn for the last 4 years in a row.
I know, because you're the only people that fucking show up.
Here's what should be a good match. Up next, Aleister Black versus Cesaro.
I can't wait. Although I think this whole match based upon he just wants to have a fight.
Yeah, because basically, like his whole thing is like, well, no one wants to challenge me.
Right.
And so he's getting really emo about it.
I don't get that. Why does it matter? He needs to have somebody just to fight. Fine. I'm glad it's Cesaro. It's going to be a fantastic match. I mean, this might be the sleeper match of the night.
If they give it more than 10 minutes.
I just want to know. You want to know something? If it's a match, right, and it's a fight, it might be great because as an Extreme Rules match, you can tell I'm high right now. A no fist barred match would be awesome. You know what I mean?
You mean a match where they can't punch each other?
No, a match where they can punch each other. Like you can shoot punch.
Oh, okay.
So that you can really make it like you could really show it as a real match, like it's an actual clash of the Titans kind of thing. And as an extreme, it would be considered an Extreme Rules match because you can't do closed fists on television or on normal.
No, WWE, they changed that rule a while ago. You can't, even though they never publicized it or whatever. Because I would love to see the official WWE rule book if it was ever a thing. Because God knows what's in it.
I know, fuck. I can only imagine.
But apparently a couple of years ago they changed.
This whole time you couldn't rake guys in the eyes?
I know.
What?
But apparently a couple of years ago they changed.
Foot on the rope! Foot on the rope!
They changed the rule so that you could throw a closed fist.
That's ridiculous. You shouldn't be able to.
We got to go through all 15 of our SAP things here.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I can never figure out is if you're just going by importance in the world, why do the Germans get priority over some of these other countries?
Because they own like 90% of Europe's debt.
Oh, okay.
This would be a great bet. I want to Matthew, if you're listening, because I know you are. I want to pitch this I want to pitch this as a Botchamania bit. Okay, dude, I want to do this. I want to have political turmoil shit in between all these different countries, and that's what they're actually telling the people. Because Americans don't know. Ray Rougeau would be saying, "La Resistance, bring down Trudeau." He'd say it.
I love the Indian team because there was such when what's his name Jinder Mahal when he was champion, they were homers for him. They were just like the whole he came out. Apparently, if you were listening to the Indian commentary,
Right.
the whole match was just about how Jinder is like a national hero in India, and like, oh look, boo this person that he's facing.
Boo John Cena! Boo!
Boo this person! How dare they try to ruin the hopes and dreams of a billion Indians with Jinder Mahal as our champion?
Lousy AJ Styles
Right.
and his gay community. The gay community. I'm glad Cesaro's back to wearing a mouth guard. Thank you, Cesaro.
He still has. I don't get why the hell is he getting braces for?
Because
he's a pro wrestler. You're gonna get hit in the face a lot. So whatever work braces do to like straighten and make your teeth all nice and stuff, they're eventually gonna get ruined.
No, because what it is that he's also a model. It's like Finn Balor. He's also a model in like Europe and stuff. He's like a professional model, and so he needs to have it. That's why it was such a big deal that he lost a tooth, because it's a professional model losing a tooth. Like if Finn Balor ever got clubbed in the face with like a baseball bat, everyone would be all like, "Oh my God, he's not beautiful anymore," and he'll have to wear braces after that, after they put it back together again. Not that I'm encouraging people to go hit Finn Balor with a baseball bat. I like Finn Balor. A lot of people took a lot of offense to what I had to say about Sami Callihan a couple of weeks ago. So,
well, you weren't wrong.
Wasn't I?
By the way, that match with Callahan and Tessa Blanchard last week was as good as I thought it was going to be.
Of course it was.
I would like to have seen some blood, but you can't ask for everything.
No, you can't get everything you want, but sometimes you get what you need. And you know what? Just like I said last time, Sami Callihan, I think you're a great wrestler. I think you've always been one of the better workers of the past 10 years at least. And I think psychology-wise, you're smarter than most. I wish that people would take advantage of the fact that you know a lot. Other than that, I think your virtue signaling is getting in the way of you being a good wrestling personality, and you sound like a bit of a woman when you try to, try to defend the same things that you used to complain about 10 years ago. So, just letting you know, Sammy.
I'm just shaking my head.
Just like.
All right, let's go back to the action.
Let's get back to the action, folks. Aleister Black versus Cesaro. Cesaro, man, he has been. There is somebody who needs to have the biggest push of his career, and I'm hoping that this Aleister Black really helps him get catapulted to that. Holy crap! Please, let's not kick him in the head right off the bat, please.
Cesaro and Black would be a great series of matches.
Oh yeah, they could literally be like those. See, this is where I wish one of the shows would take advantage and have a television title. If we're going to start bringing the whole brands back together and they're going to start interchanging people again and all that, let's have a television champion. Somebody who can, there we go. Somebody who can, hold the title and go from brand to brand and be a legitimate, ambassador for the television people. That's what they're going to want.
You mean like that 24/7 title that they're doing?
Right. You would think that you'd think that 24/7 title would be what they want, but no. And then nothing wrong with the 24/7 title. You could make it the Twitter title. I don't care. The social media title. I want a television title.
I mean, you could still do all that wacky shit with it.
Mm-hmm.
But, it wouldn't kill them to have, like, some actual matches and stuff.
Right. If we could have, like, a good 10-minute match before you start doing wacky, doofy stuff, I would appreciate it. And it's not that it hasn't been entertaining. It's the greatest thing about R-Truth is that he's always been fantastically entertaining. And there goes that side kick to the head, and I guess it's over. Oh, no, yay! Not over. But I wish we just had like a legitimate television title so that guys like these two could actually show themselves off the right way and build themselves the right way and have them actually be real contenders for things and not just have them be put over to the wayside.
Well, if they had a television title, there would be no doubt that Cesaro would be this generation's William Regal.
Absolutely.
His lordship, Steven Regal,
Mm-hmm.
who was the greatest television champion. I really hope that Black didn't get hurt just now.
Oh.
And that's just a wee bit of selling, as they would say.
Mm-hmm. He's down there for a while. Oof.
No, okay, looks fine.
Yeah. Get up, Black. You're the one that wanted to fight, right?
But yeah, Cesaro. Oh god, it's amazing how damn agile a guy like Cesaro really is. He absolutely would be this generation's William Regal for the television title.
Mm-hmm.
You could just see him having classic 15, 20-minute matches with people on, main event,
Mm-hmm. And
whatever.
And just having wrestling matches, just like William Regal had, just like nice ground matches, and mix in a lot of this stuff, you know?
Occasionally you do something wacky, or, do a special angle.
Right.
Like the one where he challenged Larry Zbyszko, and, they had that great little feud.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Exactly. Cesaro versus Apollo Crews on who has the better body would be fantastic. Like if you had like a pose down between Cesaro and Apollo Crews, because they both look fantastic with that upper body that they both have and all.
Because this is the WWE, so of course we got to work in, something with bodybuilding.
But I mean, this would be legitimate, and both of those guys would be great wrestling each other. And what you do is you have an MC. Like if I wanted to have if a bodybuilding competition would get people over, I would totally do it. You know? I would totally. The one thing I liked about Lex Luger as the narcissist is I could believe this dude before every match wishes there was a mirror so he could look at himself before he got into the ring. You know what I mean?
And thinking about it now, I could totally hear Corey Graves fawning over
Right.
a Lex Luger. He's like, "Oh, look at those
Look at those deltoids.
biceps.
Look at the glutes. Look at them shine in the glistening light."
Corey, you're being ridiculous. Shut up, Braxton.
Shut up, Dave. Shut up, Braxton. Exactly. It'd be fantastic. And there you go. You have like a nice little thing going between two guys who need something to do. And they look great. The women are going to love them. Right?
See, it's really not. Why is it like? Why do people think it's so hard to book for this stuff? It's not that hard.
It's not. It's because these are
I'm
all
really coming up with that off the top of my head.
Right. These are all old-fashioned ideas that nobody thinks they ever want to see again. But if you just did them the right way, updated a bit, people would enjoy them. Probably, they would enjoy them much more than just having a match. I still don't know why Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins are wrestling.
Ooh. Oh, that was a beautiful uppercut by Cesaro. And I love Cesaro. He can hit you with that uppercut out of anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Bam.
Bam. Oh, that was a nice one.
Gorgeous. See what I mean? Like, this is a great match. I wish there was, like I said, if there actually was like a, if they actually
more
created
of a reason for it.
Yeah, if there was like if we could have like a real grudge match kind of a thing for it, it'd be fantastic. Like, you don't need to have a gimmick. You just let them have like a legitimate hard fighting match, which is what they're doing. I mean, there hasn't been that many like spots. It's been a lot of clubs and a lot of kicks.
Nice backslide there. I love that people are. I don't know if it's a thing. I just noticed that a lot of people are doing the backslide more often lately.
Thank goodness. It's because it's a nice little move. And it shows off people's everything pretty well.
Ooh! Nice, Black caught Cesaro there with a nice flying knee and 2. Oh, I thought first.
Bam! Oh, I saw that knee.
Boom! That was kind of like the knee that took last week at the UFC.
V-trigger! Kabam!
See, now that would be a great pro wrestling angle right there. Like you build up this match where this guy's talking so much shit about somebody.
Right.
Bell rings, the guy just flies out, V-trigger knees out, over.
Kabang! If the WWE brought in Kenny Omega, that's exactly how I'd bring him in.
Uh-oh. 1, 2. Oh, okay. I was wondering why Cesaro was like,
Yeah.
ooh, nice body scissors. Ooh, there's another move I haven't seen in forever. Body scissors by Black.
Mm,
And now he's got into a nice knee bar, grapevine knee bar there.
very nice.
I think I think the official move is called a heel hook.
Heel hook, yeah. Well, it's not necessarily a heel hook because it's like a chin hook, really.
Ooh, here we go. Ooh, this is some nice countering here. And he's turning it into the sharpshooter. Beautiful, beautiful by Cesaro there.
Ain't it? Fantastic work.
Ooh, now he's countering it into the crossface.
They're trying to show that they can put a clinic on in the middle of an extreme pay-per-view.
And for a minute, I thought Aleister Black was trying to counter by elbowing him in the balls.
EC-Dub! EC-Dub!
Which would totally be an ECW type thing.
This is a nice fluid match.
I shouldn't say the balls. As Bobby Heenan would once say, the upper thigh area.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, the crowd seems to be enjoying it, which is nice.
Yeah. They're trying to enjoy something here. I have it on mute, so I can't really put it on, because I can't, if I put it on, record the audio and then we get sued.
Yeah. Yeah, I got, no, same thing. I assume, the commentary is like, whatever, Sometimes with these matches, they ignore 90% of what's going on to talk about stuff that happens later. Like, oh, we got to talk about Seth and Baron Corbin later tonight.
I know. Let's talk about that shit over and over again.
Apparently, they did that earlier when Shinsuke Nakamura won the Intercontinental Championship.
All they did was just talk about Seth and Baron.
Yeah, like, well, we got to promote the Black Mask. He hit him with it. I think it's over. 1, 2, 3.
Ah!
That was like, I got it. That was
man. I hit my bong at you people. Fantastic job. 5 out of 5 stars.
Would be 6, but it wasn't in Japan.
Exactly. It was in Philadelphia, which is as close to Japan as you can get, I guess.
Since it was in Philadelphia, it lost a star. Boom. That jumping knee was amazing.
Alright, what's the next match?
That's a good question. I don't know what they're, knowing the WWE, they would probably, I'm going to guess they're going to do Bayley's match with Alexa and Nikki Cross.
Alright, so I guess you get the Bayley stuff.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what the next match is.
I don't know what the card is.
I mean, I know what the card is, but the WWE is fairly screwy when it comes to match orders.
That is true.
I mean, who thought The Undertaker would be wrestling at 7 o'clock in the at night?
The Undertaker opened the show. The Undertaker jerked the curtain.
Yes. Think about that for a minute. The Undertaker jerked the curtain.
The Undertaker jerked the curtain. It really is a new day in America.
Okay.
It really is a new day in the WWE.
Up next, we are doing a backstage fit with R-Truth looking for Drake Maverick. Maverick earlier posted... Oh, wait, no. It might be Bayley's match next because Alexa Bliss just came out of her locker room.
Yay!
Alexa. I love Truth. Alexa, you got this crazy white woman with you?
This is crazy white lady following you, Alexa. Yes, I know.
Exactly.
Apparently, the reason this is supposedly supposed to be a 2-on-1 match of some sort, I guess. And the reason why is because Alexa has a really bad sinus infection, so she can't wrestle. So,
Sweetie's got the sniffles.
oh, she gave Nikki a cut up T-shirt. Oh,
You don't have to get me.
Hold on,
Nikki, why don't you take your shirt off and put it on right now?
Oh, did she say that? I'm hearing it right now.
No. Oh, look, it's the Street Profit. Now we got the Street Profits.
It's like right over her titty, though. What the hell's up with this?
The Street Profits just randomly show up, and now they just like, step. I love the Street Profits, but like, of all the ways you could introduce them to the crowd, just them walking around shit talking people, it's like, it's not it.
Well, the way to introduce people is not that just have them stand in the shadows and fucking look like stalkers while a bunch of girls are hugging each other. it's a little more awkward than most.
I think Alexa's trying to explain, no, we are not lesbians.
This is not the new WWE. This is not the WWE stand for.
They don't believe him.
Wait. You were serious about that, bro?
Hell is going on outside? It's New York, so there's a lot of random noises outside.
Just random gunshots.
Yeah, there is that. Usually it's a little later in the night.
Right. Not so early.
The other night I just kept hearing boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I'm counting it like, okay, it's fireworks. Okay.
Okay, that's all it is.
It's all shit fireworks. Wow, this segment is going on a lot longer than I
My
thought.
God. Okay, can we why don't we just give them a match and we don't have to have them fucking talk this whole time?
And now Nikki was like, if you two don't stop talking, I'm gonna rip your throats out. Damn, she's feisty.
She's feisty.
Nikki is one of those girls, as they would say, don't stick your dick in crazy.
You should have told Damo that, I guess. You should have told. Didn't her and Damo get married?
Yes, they did.
There you go.
Oh, apparently they were in Philadelphia. I wouldn't have guessed.
I wouldn't have guessed. The minute I saw that Rocky statue, I knew it was over.
Well,
I'm a bitch. I didn't even know there was art in this building.
yep. Up next, we got Nikki Cross and Alexa versus Bailey. That was an odd 5-minute backstage interview segment that they showed for
Right.
it, but okay.
Uh-huh. Very strange. You know, if they're going to keep giving her this gimmick of her being psychotic and everything, or at least give her this gimmick of her being Alexa Bliss's friend and all, they really need to cut out this whole psycho gimmick then.
Yeah, I know. It's a little weird. Like, you know, because when she talks, she's like, oh, you know, she's
a good friend of me. She's a good friend of me. And then I want to cut off people's faces if they say bad things about her.
Which is perfectly fine. I mean, we all have that one crazy friend.
Right.
Which is perfectly fine.
We all have that one crazy Irish, Scottish guy.
I mean, if Nikki Cross is going to be Alexa's crazy friend, and she's the type that, you know, she would
Her crazy foreign friend.
I'm thinking of from the Waterboy, Fairuza Balk.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'll go cut their brake line if you want.
Exactly.
You know, if she's that kind of friend, perfect.
Exactly. Okay.
She just pushed her off while she went for the hug. I love you, but don't touch me.
Mm-hmm. Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Borders.
We got the same shirt.
Chimneys.
Come on, give me some more doubt, Byron, so I can knock you down again. There is absolutely no reason to...
It's Bailey.
Yay!
And like Ed was mentioning earlier, go listen to our little take on the Fox Sports 1 clip that got pulled down from the interwebs yesterday.
Yep.
Because they decided to ask Bailey about collective bargaining.
For some reason.
Because apparently, who knew that these wrestlers, you know, don't have collective agreements.
Who don't have a collective agreements, which ironically just came from the interviewer realizing that people drive to work. She was completely flabbergasted. This Fox Sports One interviewer.
God, I can't. On a side, they're showing the Spanish. They go, Carlos Cabrera. I can't believe he's been around there forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing their Spanish stuff for probably 30 years, I guess.
Oh,
And
yeah.
There's the German team. They're up at ringside.
There's Hugo.
Between the Germans and everyone else that they show back on the announcers row who are hidden on the side of the arena, it's like in terms of markets and everything.
Right.
You think that they would give the Chinese the table down at ringside?
No.
The Chinese are the big market that the WWE is trying to break into. Like they want to put their foothold into the country.
Yeah, but the Chinese don't allow the WWE to broadcast all their stuff yet.
Oh, that's
When that goes through, that's when Corey Graves will start advertising chow mein on the fucking show. That's not racist, by the way. That's just
no. He's gonna get an Orange Panda deal. Or whatever.
right. He's gonna get a Panda Garden deal.
Panda Express. There
Panda Express Garden, yeah.
See, I don't have to see. I know the rest of the country. You have to get all this fast food chain like Chipotle, whatever version.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Holy crap, dude! I know you get your salsa from New York City, but you don't have to fucking throw it in there like that. Chipotle. I don't care about your Chipotles.
But I mean, we have real Chinese food places here, so we don't have to go to the Panda Express buffet and stuff.
Yeah, they serve real duck beaks in our Chinese places.
I'm trying to keep
duck beaks and pig snouts and goat feet are all the rage in downtown Chinatown.
No, that's a different area of New York.
Right.
Nikki. Oh, apparently, let's see if Alexa can wrestle here. Okay, let's go back to the show.
Speaking of low, man, I'd like to get a little low on Bailey. By the way, Laylee, I told you I professed my undying love for you on that podcast, so you need to listen to it.
Yes, we believe that Bailey should get her own bus.
Mm-hmm.
And since the WWE is moving away from being PG and all,
mm-hmm.
There's no reason Bailey can't be part of a Girls of SummerSlam photo shoot.
Absolutely. She needs to be on a SummerSlam photo shoot. And I'd like her on I still would like her on if they're going to start going the non-PG route again like they used to. I don't need her in Playboy, but if she can get in Thigh High magazine, I would be so appreciative, Bailey.
Well, Playboy is pretty much PG now anyway, so they could get away with it.
Right. I just want Bailey in I want Bailey in Daisy Dukes and some nice high heels. Not necessarily both of those together, because I know
AEW's equivalent of Bailey, Kylie Ray. She just did a photo. They did a 4th of July photo shoot on their website,
mm-hmm.
and Kylie Ray, she's holding the American flag. And then there's another one of her in Daisy Dukes and stuff.
Right.
We're just saying, look, WWE, if you could do those photos that Kylie Ray did, but with your production values, we'd be eternally grateful.
Eternally grateful.
I think Bailey hit the ring steps on the way down. Oh, let's hope she's okay here.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like she might be all right.
Yeah.
But that did look like a scary fall.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. She's holding her wrist.
I don't think they're showing it, so.
I don't think she's.
Hold on, we're gonna find. Oh wait.
Is she busted?
No, she's not busted open. But
No.
She's up. All right, let's see. Let's take a look. Here we go again. Yeah, she hit her wrist on the.
Yeah, the wrist. That's what she's holding her wrist.
She went wrist first right into the ring steps.
Yeah.
That probably is not fun.
I'm happy it didn't go face first. That's what I was afraid. That's what I thought.
Yeah, the way she was holding her head, I thought she went face first, and I was like, oh my god, she got split open, and there's a gush. Like she's gonna stand up, and there's like I don't want
Although,
I'm all,
admittingly, if there was one female wrestler that should bleed, it should be Bailey.
well, she's the ultimate Ricky Steamboat here.
She
so,
is.
No.
I hate that Bailey now twice in this pay-per-view has been completely screwed over. The first time over that horrendous kendo stick match between her and Alexa last year, which is still fucking match non grata in most people's heads, including mine. I don't know why I brought it up. Only the fact that it's the same pay-per-view and I'm looking at the same two people.
Well, from a storytelling standpoint, I can understand why they did it. Bailey has morals and her ethics and stuff, and she didn't want to compromise them. And God bless her.
That's bullshit. If there was one day that she should have compromised those ethics and morals, it would have been the day that she's legally able to.
I understand that, but she's a good girl, so she didn't want to do it.
If the Purge has taught me anything, if you're legally able to do something for one day, you better goddamn do it.
Back there by Alexa. Bailey's caught up. Bailey is all tied up in the ring apron right now.
Oh! Jiminy Crickets. No.
There should be, I'm surprised Bailey doesn't have a spot in the match where people grab her hair and she just gets up all pissed, like, don't touch the hair.
That's when it gets pulled out. When it gets pulled out of the bun.
Because Alexa grabbed her hair and just like twisted it and all this stuff, and like her heart, Bailey's
her
like
foot
Samson.
stuck. Oh, okay.
Bailey's like Samson. Her power lies in her hair. So
right, but see, I would do like a reverse. I would do like a reverse Samson. Once you have to take out the string. Once you take out the string from Bailey's hair, that's when she becomes weaker. Right? It's when she ties her hair up and like tightens it up. That's when it's like the Ultimate Warrior, like grabbing the ropes.
She's up in the tree of woe right now, and I don't know what they're planning on doing.
Just nailing her in the stomach. In the abdomen.
I don't know if you're hearing the screaming in the background. Again, that's just New York.
Get up, Bailey!
Just random people in
random people in the middle of the street. Get up, Bailey! Kick up black ass! Okay, out of the trio. Whoa, that's a good thing. Oof.
And look at Blex is like, not me. I'm all innocent.
Who, me?
I think Bailey did lose a headband.
Yeah, see?
Somebody lost a headband. I don't know who, so.
See what I mean? And then she loses another headband, another one, and then she just gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Until finally, she has to Hulk up. And she tightens the headband back up, and then kabang.
Ooh, Alexa's got a nice forearm right there. Ever since I watched that Al Snow thing the other day, I'm like, he's right. Why would you punch anyone in the face in a wrestling match? Just use your elbow, forearm.
You have other parts of your body you could hit people with.
Ooh, nice little suicide dive through the bottom rope.
Mm-hmm. You're really taking it on the chin now.
Bailey's firing it up.
Mm-hmm.
She's tired of this shit.
Bailey's getting pissed. She saw the interview and she said, "Fuck this shit." She said, Alexa never pays for gas anyway.
Ooh, nice Saito suplex there by Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Up, she's got her up and she slams Alexa onto Nikki there.
I like how Bailey is coming off like the Rick Steiner of the women. Everything to Bailey's just a suplex, a suplex, a suplex.
What the hell is he going for here? Is Bailey going for an Indian Deathlock? Oh yes, she is. An Indian
Yes!
Oh my God!
Do it, baby, do it!
Ooh. And she's got Alexa in a crossface at the same time.
It's Extreme Rules.
You cannot understand how much I'm marking out right now. I love the Indian Deathlock. It's a great finish, a great submission.
It's the greatest submission hold of all time. Just for the people that it's put out.
And I am old enough. I have actually seen Wahoo McDaniel wrestle in person.
Mm-hmm.
It was granted it was the early '90s and it was at the tail end of his career, but still,
It's still Wahoo putting on the Indian Deathlock.
Exactly. It was still Wahoo putting on the Indian Deathlock. That's a great. I was not expecting Bailey to bust that out.
Oh man. Everyone on Twitter is like, "What the hell is that?"
Are we even allowed to call it an Indian Deathlock?
I know.
Anymore?
Can we call it an Indian Deathlock? Is it the Native American? Is it the Native American leg lock? It can't be called a Deathlock anymore. They're all peaceful people now. Nice Dordeo DDT, and Bailey just ate the canvas on that one.
Oh, just looking at Twitter for the moment, Cesaro is actually the top trend here in the United States.
Thank goodness.
Well, second top. Extreme Rules is number one. But hey, Cesaro.
Yay!
Good for you.
We love you, Cesaro. Please put Chris Hero on a diet. God damn, I'm just a heat machine today.
Yes, you are.
I don't know why. It is Sunday and I was angry earlier. Big elbow, a little bit of Nikki cleavage. 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
Oh, I guess Bailey won.
What a great match. Much better reception, much better match than last year. Completely redeemed herself. 6 out of 8 stars.
7 thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, very good match. Very entertaining.
It was, yeah.
Very entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Extreme.
I just wish these extreme matches, these Extreme Rules matches, were actually extreme.
I know.
You know, something extreme, please.
I mean, we don't need to see, Alexa getting thrown through a plate glass window or something, but
Right. But to be honest, that would have been pretty sweet if Bailey had busted herself open earlier.
I hope Bailey isn't pulling rank and Kyrie Sane can't do the insane elbow anymore because Bailey's like, well, I have the elbow, it's mine.
It's my elbow. I could totally see her doing that. She's getting a big head about things.
Oh yes, by the way, Kyrie Sane and Oscar are still on the roster somewhere.
Ooh, I completely forgot about them.
They're supposed to get a shot at the tag titles at some point.
What tag titles?
Oh yeah, they're women's tag titles.
There are women's tag titles? I had no clue.
What the hell is this? This is supposed to be a new game. Oh, they're one of the card games.
Yeah,
the hell
one of
is.
the card games. Did you know that WWE had one of the first card games?
I remember the WrestleMania VCR game.
Oh, that was a great game.
I don't think I ever played it, but I remember it.
I found a copy of it on YouTube. They go through the VCR and everything, or they go through the tape. It's not great.
Yeah, try explaining to people who a VCR. You have to play a game where you put a tape in and then you press play, then pause it, roll the dice, do whatever you got to do.
And then you have to fast forward to certain spots.
It's
They,
like,
you got to see all 8 endings, all streamlined that back to back to back.
here's how Hulk Hogan beats everyone.
Here's how it happens.
Ah,
What happens if Hulk Hogan loses one match? Hulk Hogan still retains the title by disqualification.
well, up next we got Strowman versus Lashley in a last man standing match. So
Which, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, nobody was left standing, and then for some reason, Lashley was left standing, so I guess he's the one that should win? Because
even
you'd think Braun Strowman, after piercing his, what was it? Piercing his spleen?
no, rupturing it or something. I don't know.
Rupturing his spleen. Do you have any idea what your spleen does? He's going to have dialysis at 38. He's going to have dialysis.
I just always love how they come up with these weird injuries. Like somebody goes to, oh wait, it's a medical facility because Vince doesn't like the word hospital.
Right.
So they go to the medical facility and like
He can't
oh,
say, they can't say hospital because hospitals take insurance.
So basically,
See, that's how you do it, Fox News.
So basically, they're sending these guys to walk-in clinics. And as they're showing the replay here, him going through the stage. I'm not quite sure where he would have gotten a ruptured spleen from.
I have no clue.
I mean, it's not like it was a 10-foot fall or something. It was like 3 feet off the ground.
3 feet, and they didn't fall into any electronic stuff. They just happened to fall on a bunch of cables.
Oh, I just noticed looking at the footage again. They're showing that conveniently placed camera that caught the back behind the stage thing.
Oh.
And I just noticed they had a big crash pad there.
There it is. He's just laying on it.
So it's not like there was
Where did he rupture his spleen?
Exactly. By the way,
He ate bad fucking Mexican food the night before, and that's what ruptured his spleen.
It still makes me laugh watching this clip of the ambulances go by. Bobby Lashley was the first person wheeled out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was put in the first ambulance. Then Braun Strowman was put into an ambulance, wheeled out, and he's put into an ambulance that's in front of Lashley's ambulance.
Right.
That was further away. So basically, Bobby Lashley, if he had anything seriously wrong with him,
He'd be dead by now.
he had to wait like 5 or 6 minutes while they put Braun in the ambulance in front of him.
Oh, Jesus, just take me to the goddamn hospital.
He's just like, oh, it's okay, Mr. Lashley. You're not too hurt, but the other guy, he's real bad. So we
The other guy, he's white. So
That's not the other guy, he has insurance.
right. The other guy, he has insurance. You gotta stay here, Bobby. That's how you fucking do it, Fox News.
What is with you and Fox News tonight?
Fuck Fox News.
Oh, why? Since suddenly Trump is all, like, oh, Fox is no fair.
Exactly. If they're no fair to Trump and they're no fair to Bailey, they're no fair to me. The worst thing Fox News could ever have done is fucking do a fucking expose on my Glim Glam. Then we'd fucking have words. If Fox News ever said anything about my Glimmy, oh man.
Oh yeah, I'm reading some quick reviews of the match, the previous match. Bailey cleanly pinned Nikki Cross. There was no miscommunication or nothing between Cross and Bliss.
Oh, good.
It was just so they built up this tag match for no reason. Then you would think that they would like at least have Alexa and Nikki like miscommunicate or something,
Right.
or Nikki hit her finisher and then Alexa pushed her out of the way and go for the pin herself. Or whatever.
You would think they would put some heat on this ending.
No, we're just
gonna have them lose.
In reality, it's just a placeholder for when Charlotte comes back.
Yeah. Don't get so comfortable, Bailey.
No.
Bailey, please, if you're gonna develop an ego, develop enough of one to say no to Alexa, to say no to fucking what's her name? What's her name?
I don't know.
Charlotte.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, her.
That one.
completely forgot. Like,
I was like, what? What's your name? I'm like, I'm high and you're an idiot.
no, I'm just sitting in a dark room. Why the hell am I sitting in a dark room right now? Let me put my damn light off.
I know, fuck.
Next week's the week where I'm going to keep. You have to. It's supposed to hit 97 and 95 collectively in New York next weekend.
Ugh.
So yeah, like no lights on, no nothing next week.
Brown out.
No, that was last night. Part of Manhattan went out last night around this time.
Why can't it have gone out during the pay-per-view?
Ow! I can't do knock on wood because my fingers hurt too much to do that. That's what happens when you're riddled with arthritis, but they can't say it's arthritis.
They can't say it's arthritis because the insurance won't pay for it.
No, they just don't know for sure.
Oh. I was about to say, insurance sucks.
You're just noticing that, huh?
It's Jiminy Crickets. Insurance in general is a fucking dumb thing. Alright, so...
Stand for a second.
Are these guys still coming out? Oh no, there's a match going on.
Oh yes, it's fantastic. So
that's right. There's two big guys. Okay, so Braun apparently hasn't lost a step after losing his spleen, and Bobby is just being a big lump. But we do have the referee that's an idiot, so this might be an interesting match. I wouldn't want to have Braun Strowman looking over me. Hey, him losing his spleen got him a little faster. Ouch! Okay, now, that would have, like, ruptured his bladder, I would assume. That spear.
Okay, and I'm back.
That spear would have ruptured his bladder, I assume. Bobby.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the replay here, and
Kapang.
oh yeah, that definitely would have been a ruptured liver.
My balls.
Hey, the ring steps are anchored together tonight.
Oh, thank goodness. I guess that was the other reason why we were worried about Bailey earlier. What? They couldn't let me have this goddamn steps. You know that was a rib though. I can anchor the steps on the big guy, muscle guys.
This is turning into a boring. WWE just doesn't. This night really need a last man standing match. They could have milked this for like SummerSlam or something.
You know, you would think that the WWE, being the big man federation, right, would be at the forefront of at least making big man matches interesting. You know, they would at least wait. Like Vince would spend most of his time making these big guys interesting enough of a match to have, you know, or storyline wise or something. Not just have two beefy dudes hammering each other. As fun as that seems sometimes.
The only thing I'm hating about this match is so far is like there's really no reason for it other than, well, obviously there's a reason because they're like,
right.
Oh, they almost killed each other going for the Titantron and all, but no, I mean, there's no reason in the sense that it shouldn't take place so quickly.
Right, and it's kind of ridiculous that, you know, it's kind of ridiculous to think that these guys are going to have like a good 20-minute, 30-minute match. I mean, why would you have them go out of their way? I mean, okay, yeah, they're going to be working the crowd now, which is what you want these beefy guys to do, and this is Philadelphia, so this will get over. But I don't know. I wish these if you're going to have a match between two huge guys, it shouldn't be that long of a match. Just have it be a nice 5-minute match where they club each other, slam each other, and, you know, one just happens to outslam the other. You don't need to go through all of this.
And they're right now going into the lower mezzanine for some reason.
For some reason.
Maybe somebody's going to go into a popcorn machine in the hallway.
Oh, boy.
Because, you know, it's extreme.
It's extreme. Meanwhile, there's actual ECW alumni there. They're like, God damn it. Rey Mysterio's back there. I remember the day I got sued because I decided to do a fucking head scissors off some guy's car. And Hoovy decided to roll the wrong way and slam his head against the bumper.
Oh, it looks like the WWE did not plan for this, as they have no camera up
Oh,
there.
fantastic.
Oh, here we go.
There it is. That's exactly it.
God, top-notch production work there by Kevin.
Thanks,
Kevin
Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. That's a great job there, Kevin.
Oh, this is great. Oh, yeah, well, camera up there.
This is fantastic.
I guess it's a good thing they had all that security blocking everyone up.
I know. They told everybody ahead of time. Okay, everybody, you can't go back to your seats. This is my seat. Shut up. It's Philadelphia. Everyone's already halfway drunk.
Oh, wait, it says, I know what's going to happen. Partner
God.
appearance. Somebody's going through a sheetrock wall.
Mm-hmm. No.
Why the hell are all these people out? Are there really this many people hitting the merch stands and the beer stand at this time? Well, okay, that's true.
I would. Wouldn't you?
But it looks like half the damn arena's in the concourse.
I just realized that the Stanley Cup champion Phillies haven't been around since 1973. Philadelphia Flyers suck. Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, wait, what's going on? I'm trying to look what the hell's going on in that thing. Oh, security's having trouble trying to hold people back.
Uh-huh. They all want to be involved in the match. Come on, Braun.
Well, this is Philadelphia, so people would get involved.
Everybody's like, I gotta take a shit. Just let me out.
Have you ever been in a bathroom in an arena? It's survival.
I know.
Oh wait, suplex. Oh.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah, there goes his spleen.
Now we got a real ruptured spleen here tonight, folks.
Jesus. And the crowd goes wild. Yay.
My God, they had all the. It literally looks like the entire arena is filed out into this one concourse.
Well, that's because the entire arena is like halfway full in this concourse. Look at this.
Yeah, there's all plywood and stuff. Look at that. There's all plywood and stuff around. Somebody is going through something.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere. Someone's going through something somewhere.
I can't believe that many people are up in the concourse and there's still that many people in the crowd. No, I guess not.
It's Sunday in Philadelphia. There's nothing else to do. They literally just went to the other side of the walkway. They just spent all this time going to the other side of the walkway. Bobby Lashley almost died there, coming down, almost falling down the stairs. Because a man like that falling downstairs is not the same as like some 110-pound weakling falling downstairs.
Yes, I still have vivid memories from when I was a kid. I took a tumble down my front steps once, and I just sometimes fear it'll happen again to me now. And like, if it happened to me now, that's it. Game over.
I know. You don't have a life. You don't have a life alert or anything.
No.
Dude, you gotta get a life alert.
No, I'm not that bad.
Ooh, there's a nice pair of legs that's just standing over there. Oh, it's a girl. Oh. Well. She could be 19. Bam. Kabang. Yeah, that's what I like to see. I like to see a big beer gut while Braun Strowman's celebrating.
Stay down, bro, Ashley. Braun's like, oh, shit.
God damn it. We still gotta do this.
This is literally turning into a SmackDown video game match right now.
Yeah, all we need now is just for them to end up at the subway station.
Well, they went through the ringside area, so
I'll give anybody a free iPad if they can name the game that happens in. Anybody listening, a free iPad for anyone who names the game where you can play it, where you can have them play in a subway station.
We're not saying what generation iPad.
Right. But you'll get a free iPad.
I love that fat guy sitting in the front row. He's just standing there. He's like,
"What is this? This is pretty sweet.
What are we supposed to do?
Wow, this is a pretty good seat. I'm pretty excited."
Be funny if he's the stunt granny.
Yep, he'll be the stunt granny. They'll grab him by that. They'll grab him by that fat neck beard of his and just drag him to the ring.
By the way, we're fat, so we can make fun of fat.
Yep.
It's a rule. In case you didn't know.
You can make fun of whatever you are.
As long as you're that thing.
Right.
So fat people can make fun of other fat people.
Absolutely.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, that ruptured his spleen. Everything's rupturing Braun Strowman's spleen now.
Braun's gonna be pissing blood later.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
I love how this match is based around the fact that they, like I said, went through the screen. So like the biggest, both taken to the hospital, and so far we haven't even seen anything come close to. Oh, he gets mildly shoved over the ring announce. Oh, they're putting the announce table on top of him.
Oh, okay, my God, there it is.
There it is. Okay, that's it.
It's all over.
I love how when they put the announce table on somebody, like that's the big dangerous spot of the night.
You could tell it's all over for the guy.
There it is. Okay, that table weighs 7,000 pounds. How's he gonna get it up? Oh, okay. He just crawls out from under.
That's all he does. Oh, damn it!
Crawls out from underneath.
Just move out of the way.
Now Lashley's like, oh, son of a bitch.
Ah, damn it! This match is still going.
They just rolled. Which now team got taken out?
God damn it! This match
I
is.
think the Japanese team got taken out.
Of course. And wham! Funaki's pissed.
Yeah, poor Funaki just got killed.
Mm-hmm.
As Braun was thrown into, Lashley was thrown into the penalty box there.
You know who's laughing their asses off right now, though? Ron Simmons. He's laughing his ass off at Funaki right now, going, God damn!
I think Lashley wanted to do like some flying dive or something, but I guess he didn't. He thought then fight. He realized, nope, too far away. Like,
Right.
I love how everyone has to have their cell phone out, and they're like, "Oh, look at this! I'm putting this on my Instagram."
I can't believe it. What's happening in front of? What's happening in front of me is something I can't experience at the moment. Jesus.
Just watch the match.
You retards realize it's being recorded, right?
No, I gotta get on my cell phone so it's all, the voice is all out, the sound is all out, and
it's vertical base so that no one can actually see what the hell's going on. I'm too dumb to put my camera sideways. Don't pat him on the back, dude. You don't want to do that. That shit is wrong. Please do not. If you're a wrestling fan, do not pat us on the back.
I could totally understand now why a lot of concerts are doing no cell phones. Like the Misfits have a thing at their shows where they make you put your cell phone in like these bags that they can only be unlocked when you leave the venue and stuff.
Right.
So like, oh my God, you mean we have to sit here? We have to actually watch everything?
We have to pay attention to what's going on? Oh, jeez. My God.
Could you imagine if ECW was around now?
I wouldn't want to.
But just about, could you imagine all ECW
hat guy standing in the front row watching the show from his cell phone?
Yeah, like hat guy's on his cell phone filming what's going on and stuff.
Can we get hat guy off the front row, please?
Faith No More guy is over there, filming what's going on.
Right. He's trying to get a selfie going at the same time.
He's like,
Offspring is trying to just fucking throw things and try to get on his Twitch stream, holding up a sign with his Twitch stream. Sign guy has a Twitch stream on his fucking sign. God. It would have been terrible. If we had cell phones back then, it would have been terrible. Is this match still going on?
yes, apparently.
Apparently.
Oh, okay. I think I see a big stage thing set up, so somebody's going through a stage.
Hooray.
You can see it right there too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Don't you just hate it when you can see what they have planned?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was the stunt granny.
The stunt granny!
Was that Rob Van Dam?
It was. Rob's just standing there. Rob Van Dam!
I love the guy. He's like, dude, he's gonna throw him there. He's gonna throw him there.
They gave Matt Riddle a fake nose.
Ooh, Braun hit him with one of the arena chairs. Ooh, that had it.
That's a shoot. That was a shoot, brother. Yeah, outside the ring. Outside the ring, that's the shoot.
But the best part was that guy was like, dude, you know what they're gonna do? Like the security was like, get the fuck out of the shot.
Get the hell out of my way.
Why the hell? I love how the rest of the arena has.
I like the girl with the. I like the girl with the legs, just sitting there in the corner.
The rest of the arena has these good guardrails and stuff up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is the one part of the arena that has the cheap plywood.
It's the one part of the arena that has cemetery gates as the fucking.
It's the one part of the arena where they put the cheap stuff in front of everything.
The cheap plywood cemetery gates at the front.
Oh, pull back so you don't see him going through everything.
Make it not look so obvious.
And, at least when they did this spot in Lucha Underground, it was a little more interesting. They didn't put up a giant cardboard box in the middle of the arena. They just had them.
They didn't put a chicken coop in the middle of the arena.
I know. I mean, when they did it in Lucha Underground between I can't remember. It was well, anyway, they did the spot. It was they had him fall through like three stacked panes of glass and stuff. Oh, he's punching through.
Spleen or no spleen?
Hey, there's the gunshots and victory celebration.
Oh my god. Oh Christ.
That was funny.
What a long way to go for a whatever match. I watched. I went away for a while. I came back to continue. 2 out of 3. Okay. At least they decided to go out of the way and do all this crazy stuff, and not try to explain why Braun is coming back with a ruptured spleen.
I'm trying to figure out why is there a guy who has a giant cutout of Geraldo Rivera's head in the crowd?
Because you just saw Bobby Lashley. He just got powerbombed to the fucking Al Capone's vault. Oh, criminy. Now to get into the ring and roar. Come on. Roar! It's just like the Lion King. That's where they ripped off the ending from.
What? Bobby Lashley with Scar?
That's where they ripped off the ending from. It is your time to take your place in the circle of life, Braun Strowman. All right, when he got thrown to the table, he got thrown in sideways. That must have fucked up his ribs somewhere.
I will admit though, Braun punching his way through the wall was pretty damn amazing.
That's the better way to end the match, yeah.
If they're smart, which we know they're not, but if they're smart, they put that on the they edit that into the new Raw introduction and stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know that the opening video?
Mm-hmm.
Boom!
Look at the... They gotta bring back the Union Underground theme, too. I want them to bring that back. Look at the drugs, the gods of my generation.
Well, if he didn't have a ruptured spleen, he might have one now.
I know. Criminy.
Charlie Caruso's like, Jesus. How do you follow that up?
Hey, you know what, though? At least Braun's selling his spleen, and he is holding it where it would be.
Hey, it's AJ Styles.
And now please allow me to introduce my guest who is gearing up for
Klubski.
competition of his own later
What the
on.
hell was that?
Taking on
Tell me you saw the guy who, like, tripped or tried to do, like, a brosive thing in the back behind AJ?
I think I missed it. Oh, darn.
championship. The last time you had this opportunity, Ricochet defeated you, and on that same night, you realigned yourself with Gallows and Anderson. So
Oh, just hear that? Just like everybody else. We see where you're going now. I get it.
I missed it. I don't know where. You there?
Yeah, it was, like, right at the beginning of Charlie's interview.
Oh. I don't know. Probably some guy who realized he wasn't supposed to be in the shot. He's like, oh, shit. Now, you see these two guys here, they could have gone back to Japan, but,
They could have went back to Japan and made a lot of money and been recognized for the talent that they had and been put over the right way and everything else. But they are loyal, and they decided to stay with a sinking ship. So you got to give it to Anderson and Gallows.
Austin, Hogan, Flair, Michaels, Razor, Diesel, Angle,
Not Charlie, though.
Oh, so that's what the Raw reunion is. Oh, okay.
See? But Brett's not in it.
Well, Brett shouldn't have been at AEW.
I know. I know. This is the only reason why Brett's not in it.
I like how they come up with. Oh shit! What do we gotta do? Raw reunion. Okay, that'll work.
You think they're gonna try to get? You think they're gonna try to get some of Kurt Angle's heat back and have him Angle slam Baron Corbin on the show?
It's entirely plausible.
I hope so.
What match is up next?
What match is next?
Oh, it's
The New Day. Yes, it is.
it's the tag title match. Okay, so it's New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get to see Heavy Machinery.
I mean, if they want somebody who's gonna be over with kids and everything, you got Otis right there.
You got Otis right there, man. Otis is literally a tractor trailer. Otis is Thomas the Tank Engine, for God's sake.
I think he'd be more. Oh yeah, he would be Thomas. I was gonna say he's more Gordon's size though.
Right.
But Gordon is not nearly as happy as
Otis is way too happy.
You know, watching this on mute, it is a little funny. Byron Saxton is completely out of context as he's getting his groove thing down right now. Ah, here they come.
That's a new Twitter handle, Byron Saxton, out of context.
You know, if there's anyone who should have come crashing through a wall, it's Otis.
Mm-hmm. Otis is the new Shockmaster.
He's Shockmaster. He's Ivan Putski. He's Grimlock.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing he can't do.
There's nothing Otis cannot do. He is just unbelievably fantastic. Alright, let's see if that got sent. And I gotta get a picture of this match now. 4-way Extreme Rules.
Oh yeah, Tucky. We gonna do it. We gonna do it tonight.
Holy crap. Okay, folks, kids, if you're listening, whatever you do, make sure to turn your filters on when you Google 4-way Extreme Rules. You're not going to know. It's amazing what comes up. Just letting you know.
I love how Brian's just sort of become just another guy on the roster now.
Yeah. He used to be great.
Which is probably good for him.
Yeah, I mean, it gives him less attention.
If he's gonna pull off his goal of wrestling until he's 70, so he'd have that that tag match with his daughter at WrestleMania 60.
Right.
It probably is.
He better take mid-card matches as much as possible, I guess. But good for him. I mean, I like him as a tag team champion, and the gimmick that they have going for him right now is A+, #1. So
it's just it would be the feud with Otis and him would be so much more amazing if they really gave it some more thought.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Otis, who is like the epitome of meat eaters, which is everything that Brian hates.
Mm-hmm.
You would
Exactly.
think they would be going full tilt after this.
You would think, but that's what makes it great. Is that you can see the potential, and all you want is Daniel Bryan to say something. If Daniel Bryan said something, we could probably get it done. It would probably get done.
I kind of want to see Otis versus Big E. That would be
that would be great. You know what would be great, and I think they could probably pull it off now, because now it's a lot easier to pull off, especially since kids and everything are now into it. Is they could pull off that Doink versus Bam Bam Bigelow match from Survivor Series.
Are you implying that Otis is Bastion Booger?
I'm not implying that. I'm implying that Otis and Tucker are the Bushwhackers.
Oh.
And New Day are men on a mission. And they're beating up Daniel Bryan's hippy dippy team. I don't know who else would tag with Bryan and Rowan though.
I will give it a Xavier a shot. Concursion. He's got some great cardio running back and forth there, for 30 seconds straight.
Oh yeah. But you have to have great cardio when you fuck Paige. We're never gonna get a press pass. We're never gonna be invited to any of these things.
Tucker is the underrated guy, the underrated power of the team, though.
Oh yeah.
He really shined in that match against Brian last, the tag match last month,
Mm-hmm.
or was it 2? Was it even last month? It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, these things go by so fast now. They're just blazing through as many angles as they can, because they don't want anything really to stick, because God forbid something sticks. God forbid anything connects with the crowd, But yeah, Otis. I like. That's the reason why I enjoy this team, because Tucker really is the wrestler of the group. Like, he's the one that can really go one-on-one with Daniel, which is the reason why the Daniel Otis match would be great, because it would just be power versus speed and intelligence. Whereas with Tucker, it was a much better, more cohesive match of both of them being able to just wrestle each other.
And now Rowan's in the ring, and we're slowing things. Ooh, he's got the double noogie knocker on right now.
Oh, shades of the Sarge.
You know, you could, like, people say, like, oh, well, that looks stupid, just driving your knuckles into somebody. Yeah, you drive some of your knuckles into somebody's temples and see how
Exactly.
It's like.
Try putting your thumb against your temple and pushing as hard as you can. Now imagine someone taking their knuckle and doing that. A noogie is no good.
The
See,
noogie is a very effective move.
Absolutely. And the best part is, it's natural, it's organic. Noogies are organic. If Daniel Bryan came out with like a bakery line and he called them noogies,
His vegan cookies.
vegan cookies, they're called noogies.
Right now, Brian's trying to fish hook Kobe's eyes out.
See, that's why because Daniel's a socialist, right? So that's the reason why he would never come up with these ideas. But I would totally give Bernie these ideas. Bernie, you gotta start a cookie line called Bernie's Noogies. Looking out for you, babe. I feel so sorry for Rowan.
Why? He's a lucky one. He could have easily been Luke Harper in all of this.
That's true.
Oop. I hear somebody agrees with me.
Mm-hmm. Bang, bang, bang.
You heard that, right?
Mm-hmm. Kapang.
You just hear kaboom. Somebody agrees with me. Luke Harper is getting screwed over.
Mm-hmm. You know what? They'll blow things up for Luke Harper, but they won't blow things up when it comes to the Fed screwing us.
And here comes Otis.
The oats.
Oh, God, I thought Brian was going to try to slam him for a second.
He's going to try.
Oh, he's doing a drill bit here. He's just going back and forth and reverse. This is why Otis is my favorite wrestler on the roster right now. By a huge ooh, nice big overhead throw there by Otis. Here we go.
Thomas the Tank Engine, there he goes. Oh, look at this. This is fantastic. Boom.
It just amazes me that Otis is able to do the caterpillar here. As a guy larger than Otis, let's just say that.
Right.
And I couldn't imagine. My back is just no longer that limber.
Well, you know what that really is? That's all core strength. That's all like. I mean, that comes from all that lifting he does. That's all abdomen just pushing back.
Oh, nice mid-air belly to belly there.
Mm-hmm.
Otis flung him to Tucker, and Tucker caught him with a belly to belly. That was a nice move. Now you want to talk about Steiner Brothers? That was kind of like a Rick.
Yeah,
Steiner
that was a Steiner Brothers move.
Rick used to do that to people. Like they would, for some reason, people thought they could put Rick up in the Doomsday device, and they would, go jump at him, and Rick would belly to belly them in midair and everything.
You mean Hawk, right? You mean Hawk?
Well, he did it. He's done it to Hawk. He used to do it to Hawk, and then I think he used to do it to Bobby Eaton a lot. Here we go. Here's the match I want to see: Otis versus Big E. Let's see where this goes. Ooh. He's getting the big guy up.
Get him!
Ooh, nice crossbody onto him.
A crossbody. It's literally two hams getting thrown against each other.
Ooh, beautiful back kick there by Rowan.
See?
I love how Rowan also uses the big flying fat guy crossbody. And Brian comes flying in with the knee drop, the flying knee.
He needs to make sure to just fucking kill everybody, and that's standing.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Big E's gonna go fly. Oh!
Oof.
Big E went flying. Uh-oh, Brian's grabbing his head. That's never a good sign. Oh, no.
Oh, sweet crud.
No.
Oh,
no.
sweet crud.
Otis is thinking he wants to go flying.
Otis, no!
This is gonna look like a C-130 coming in for a landing.
Everybody, remember when the Hindenburg came about? Oh, the humanity! The humanity!
I would have lost my shit if Otis dove over the top rope. If Otis was like smart, I was like, oh wait, I can't jump over the top rope. But if he jumped over the top rope, I would have just like
that would be it.
End of the show.
Everyone goes home happy.
Everyone goes home happy. Because we know Corbin's winning later.
Exactly.
Excuse me. Ooh, you know it's a good cough when you can feel it in your chest. Oh, here he goes for the compactor. Get it, connects. Come on. 2. Oh, kick out there. Kofi saves the title at the last second. Ugh. See, Kofi's good. They're going for another compactor and connects.
Gown. The good old compactor. What a great move that is for these two guys, by the way.
I mean, it's a fat guy falling on top of you. How can you screw it up?
It's a fat guy falling on top of you, and then another fat guy falling on top of you.
He really is Grimlock.
Mm-hmm. Otis pounding head. Otis.
Otis should use the avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
He should use King Kong Bundy's avalanche.
Yep.
Count 5.
5.
Uh-oh. Oh, come on, my man, Otis. Why are you going?
Why are you going to the top rope, Otis?
Because we need to do the traditional Tower of Doom spot here.
Oh, sweet Christ! The ring breaks. Everything's gonna snap.
That would be great if the ring breaks from all of this. By the way, Brian just tagged himself in.
Right. Where's the beef? In the ring. Where's the beef?
Little Nate has completely lost control of this match.
I know. Uh-oh, Big E's still catching up.
Why is Big E doing a top rope superplex?
He just came back from surgery. He has to show that he's still around. He's still going.
Oh, Brian's the legal. Don't forget Brian's the legal man. And
they forget. And they forget.
Ooh, nice counter into the label lock here. The only thing is, for a move like the label lock and everything, Big E is such a short, stocky guy.
Mm-hmm.
It really is hard to get these moves on.
Oh yeah, because he's in his chest is just so huge. That chest of his is enormous.
Ooh, he's turning it into the rings of Saturn.
Ah! He starts shaking his head like Saturn. Ah!
And now he's trying to turn it into an octopus hold at the same time. What the hell is he doing?
It's called the Cthulhu. Don't you understand? It's called the Cthulhu.
He's got him locked in the Cthulhu.
It's the Cthulhu lock.
All right, he's got his foot under the rope. That's got to count for something.
Holy crap!
What the hell are you doing, Nate? Oh, that's right. I forgot. This is a triple threat match. That means there's no disqualifications,
Right.
no countouts, none of that stuff.
Right.
What kind of bullshit is that? He reaches the ropes and he can't. And Nate's just like, oh, I can't break it.
I love the move. It looks like something Stu Hart would put on.
I know. It looked like a pretzel lock that Stu would do. Yeah. So, you want to be a wrestler, huh?
Hey, look at that chest. I bet I could open it up.
Oh, by the way, Big E's taking those kicks from Daniel Bryan, and he's standing up, and he's like, "That's the best you got, motherfucker."
Well, dude, I mean, look at his chest. The thing's already built like a damn dummy plug.
Hit me harder.
I know. God damn. Look at that chest. Jesus, man.
Ooh, he just 360'd him with a lariat. Nice move there. Much like Kofi Kingston, it taking him oh god, he caught him in midair for that. Ooh, damn. But much like Kofi Kingston I really hope it doesn't take 11 years for Big E to win a title.
I know.
Oh, double T, Midnight Power. I think that's the three. We got no tag champion. Shit, wrong team that one though.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, New Day won. Hooray!
Ah, great. I still want Big E to be world champion.
No, we want Big E to be world champion, not a tag champ.
Not tag champion.
Look, we gave Big E a championship, didn't we? Yeah, but I don't want it to be the tag titles.
Can't you people just be happy? Criminy.
Oh, that guy in the warrior paint. Oh wait, I was gonna say that guy in the warrior paint's happy.
Boo! Oh, man.
All right, so new tag team champions in New Day. That's great.
Is that Gilbert Gottfried in their warrior paint?
Let's take a look at how this ended real quick. Brian goes for a springboard, and Big E catches him in midair. Because Big E is just a freak of nature.
He's just a big freak of nature with unbelievable strength.
And then they hit him with the Midnight Hour. I think that's what they call it, this flying DDT.
That's a good name for it.
Is it Midnight something?
It's the Midnight Hour.
Midnight Hour. I'm almost certain it's Midnight Hour. In the Midnight Hour, she want more.
Do you think they would base it off a White Guy's song?
No. It's supposed to be based. I think it's supposed to be an Al Green song.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till the midnight hour.
It's Al Green, not Billy Idol.
Sorry. At least it wasn't like, Iron Maiden or anything.
2 minutes to Midnight Connect.
2 minutes. Although, you want to know something? If they had like back in the day the 5 moves of doom and everything, it would be awesome if the New Day had their own version of a planned finish and it was called the 2 minutes to midnight. If they had like a dusty finish or the 5 moves of doom. This Wednesday we're gonna have an NXT title match. Ciampa's coming back soon.
Dude, he just posted a picture of himself on Twitter.
He's looking great.
For a guy who just had neck surgery 4 months ago, he's like, look at these arms. He's like, Adam Cole, I'm coming for you, baby.
Yep. Look at these arms.
Paul Heyman's here.
Uh-oh. Everything's going wrong.
Kofi doesn't look too nervous. Because he's like, hey, he's not going to cash me.
What the big deal is?
I'm on SmackDown. He's not going to cash. Brock's not coming to work Thursdays. All right. I'm gonna put the volume up on my end just so I can hear what he's saying.
I'm doing the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name
is Paul Heyman.
I wish they would just, it's great that Paul Heyman's supposed to be in charge of Raw now.
Right.
They should just admit that he's now in charge of the show.
Right.
The WWE has this weird thing about reality. It's like, well, we're living in the reality era, but it's only the reality we say that happens.
What would be great, too, is that if they told people they was running the show, that means that Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston titles are completely unsafe.
Right.
Because at any time, he can say, hey, you know what? Let's have Brock come in. No, that's true. I can't deny that. He is a trash bag.
Why do they have little miniature Confederate flags in the background?
Because it's Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
No.
You see them behind him, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't seeing things.
He's Paul Heyman, for God's sake. When you think of Paul Heyman, you think of the Confederacy.
Well, originally when they restarted ECW, you know how the WWE has the universe, the fans, right? They're all superstars and divas. Well, superstars now, right? Originally, ECW was supposed to be the Rebels.
Hold on a sec. Brock might be here tonight.
I can't imagine Brock's in Philly.
He said he's going to cash it in. Brock's going to punch Becky.
And I will have the honor and the privilege of leaving Philadelphia.
There's nothing that says he can't cash in on the women's side.
Exactly.
For the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar.
He's going to punch Becky.
For me to tell you this in advance.
That's what the Confederate flags are for.
Real stupid son of a bitch. So, you have to ask yourself.
I just noticed. All I can see is behind Paul Heyman. I'm just like, why are there these little miniature Confederate flags behind him on the lights? Okay, back to. I've actually enjoyed this show. Not hearing the commentary.
I know.
It's amazing how much the show goes so much smoother. It goes so much better.
It really
you don't have
does.
to listen to all the bullshit and everything. It's just like it's great.
Mm-hmm. It really does make a difference not having to listen to the three ramble on about nothing.
Okay, so we got AJ.
Of course, that doesn't say much for us either.
AJ versus Kofi is up next, and
okay, maybe he might cash in on that one. Have that be a three-way. That'd be fun.
Am I missing a match? Is there another match in between all this? Let me consult the Google machine. Extreme Rules. I think there's another match in between all this.
There might be.
I still can't believe the Undertaker wrestled.
See, that's what screwed everything up.
Yeah, I know that's what screwed everything. You were expecting, they got to do Shane's match next. No, the Undertaker is already gone. He's already left the building.
Mm-hmm.
He came, he went. He's hitting the early bird special at Denny's and everything.
Exactly. Me and Michelle are gonna go to dinner.
Okay, let's see. Where are you? Oh yeah, there's supposed to be. I don't know if they're doing it, but there's supposed to be a Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler match.
Oh my God, that too?
Did they do? And Ricochet versus AJ Styles. That's what they haven't done. No, wait. This
is Ricochet versus AJ.
Oh, this is Ricochet versus AJ. I forgot.
It's Kofi versus Kofi doesn't have a match.
Joe.
Samoa Joe.
I thought Kofi was taking on AJ.
You're like, holy crap! It's still not going to be over soon.
I know. It's like, I'm missing a match here.
You're like, at least we're going to get the last two championship matches going right now. And oh crap, we have two more matches after this.
Possibly three. Oh,
Jesus.
God. Okay, so I was all up here. Maybe if they just kept Samoa Joe as U.S. champion, we wouldn't have had this problem.
I know. Oh, man. So what's Extreme Rules about this?
Nothing.
Great.
Absolutely nothing.
Great.
Oh, Ricochet might do some dives to the outside.
Oh, that could be nice. Some ECW dives. He's in Philadelphia. It's time to show off, Ricochet. He used to work at a bingo hall down the block from here. You think there's assholes in the crowd? ZCW, ZCW.
By the way, folks, if you have Twitter or whatever, you want to yell at us, whatever. If you're in the chat, you can use the chat on the YouTube thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you can send, reach us on Twitter. I'm at Joseph Davis _NYC.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm dumbass DUMASS, the legend. Dumbass _4, the letter number 4, Eva, AVA. And yeah,
And
come on by on Twitter.
I want to say hey to Matt in the chat.
There. Oh, Matt, what's up, brother? I'm glad you stopped by and said hey. Smoking a bowl just for you, Matt. Hey, man, I'm about to get high watching Ricochet. This is going to be awesome. Ricochet versus AJ Styles. This is going to take me back to 2017. Let's get high. What the hell?
Oh, what did he do? He punched
him? They jumped him. The brothers. That's not sportsmanlike. This is disgusting.
I thought this was a wrestling match. That's not sportsmanlike.
How dare you? Where's my pipe? Ah, here it is. Okay. I say, sir, I'm going to protest. All right.
Yeah, AJ definitely is better as a heel.
Absolutely.
He's always been better as a heel throughout his entire career.
Well, that's because he's always been a cocky guy. He's always knows he's been number one for the longest time. I mean, literally 2 years ago, he was justified in calling himself the best in the world. You know. And then he won the WWE Championship, so, you couldn't, really say anything against him. But, yeah, I like AJ as a heel. I think AJ is much more natural as a heel.
Because you can just, you believe that AJ is just like, well, gosh darn, I'm better than you, son.
Right. The Lord told me that I kicked your ass.
And AJ would indeed say, gosh darn.
Mm-hmm. Gosh darn it.
Or, gall dang.
Well, god dang, man. He's a good Christian boy. I like AJ. Regardless of what he has to say about the gang.
Fight for the Fallen was a pretty good show, I guess. I didn't watch all of it just because I was kind of fried last night in the literal sense of I was just hot. And I didn't feel like watching a show and passing out at the same time, so I did. But from all accounts, it was actually really good. The only complaint people had was like, oh my god, this Fight for the Fallen show, it's so damn long. But AEW is trying to do this opposite thing of the WWE. It was like, well, we're going to have wrestling matches, and wrestling matches sometimes go long.
Right.
And
wrestling matches also don't take place at 100-degree heat.
Well, they were inside an amphitheater, so they had some.
They had something.
Some cooling and everything, but
they had some cooling. They're like, this is okay.
But yeah, AEW, they definitely need to work on. The biggest complaint I'll have about AEW is production-wise, they're not nearly where they could. You would think they should be with good production people.
Right. That's true.
Basically, they're coming off. They're still coming off kind of like an indie company that just happens to have a shitload of money behind it.
That's true. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
But that might have something to do with the fact that, they're just coming up and everything else. I just want to know some of the people that they're advertising,
It's
I like knowing the wrestlers before I have to figure out who they are.
Well, those Road 2 shows that they do on YouTube are fantastic.
Right.
Easily the best gripping, they do a lot of great stories in those little shows, and ooh, nice flying. Nice flying flip there by Ricochet as he gets turned inside out.
I'm kind of happy that these guys I'm kind of happy you guys got picked up by the WWE. I think they would have been forgotten in AEW, which is hard to believe. But AEW, they have a lot of established talent, and because they have a lot of established talent, they're going to try to utilize them as much as they can. And they just need to build up new talent, and they just need to introduce those new talent to people.
I don't think necessarily Gallows and Anderson would have went to AEW. I think they probably would have gone back to New Japan, but the Bullet Club, from where they were at their peak last year, they are so far down now, and I don't think if Gallows and Anderson went back as like OG BC members and everything, I don't think it would have really mattered.
No,
because the Bullet Club went from being top of everything to basically being like a little mid card act now.
Right. And the thing is that they had to come to America in order to do that. I mean, had they stayed in Japan, they would have stayed one of the top teams and everything else.
I mean, as much as New Japan and Ring of Honor don't want to admit it, the reason why that show at Madison Square Garden sold out is because they announced it 6 months prior when Kenny, the Bucks, all these guys from the Bullet Club were on top.
Right.
Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Kenny and the Bucks are going to be main eventing Madison Square Garden. Cody's going to be meeting in Madison Square Garden." Then, oh, by the way, all these guys just left, so they're no longer in the company.
Nothing.
Not to say that it wasn't a great show at Madison Square Garden.
No, great show.
I was there; it was great. I could have honestly done without the Ring of Honor parts, but
the only one, because Ring of Honor is owned by a media company. And that's the one thing I'm scared of when it comes to AEW. At least AEW is its own wrestling company. It's not... The Khans own it, but they don't... They're not like... they're not... It's not like TNT. Turner doesn't own AEW.
No.
It isn't going to be like TNT. So, TNT may just have some suggestions, but that doesn't necessarily mean that AEW needs to follow them, as opposed to when WCW was owned by TNT and they had to follow everything TNT told them to do. So, if there's one good thing about all of that, it's that there's going to be a lot more openness for the wrestlers to have characters that really stand out. And I don't know. I'm hoping it works out.
By the way, this is a decent little match. By the way,
this is fantastic. Like I said before, we figured that you're probably watching the pay-per-view at the same time you're listening to us, so why bother talking to you about something you're already watching? It's already a fantastic match.
We're just doing what the WWE does when it comes to an interesting match. Nice dive to the floor by Ricochet.
Oh, absolutely. What a maneuver. Let's do some Eric Bischoff commentary. What a maneuver, folks. What a maneuver. Oh, that move was fantastic. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe that action. It also helps the idea that me and him are like 3 or 4 seconds behind each other or something on the stream,
yeah,
even though we're both using the network.
You gotta love the internet delays and stuff.
So, but I mean, had Ricochet waited a little bit, he would have been offered a contract at AEW. Had he not?
Well, he was stuck in contract hell from Lucha Underground, because Lucha Underground was basically holding everyone that they had signed to a contract hostage.
Right.
And I think there's still a bunch of people who are on the Lucha Underground roster who are still in like kind of a legal limbo, where Lucha Underground is like, well, you're still beholden to us and everything, but even though I think the show's canceled at this point.
Right.
But they're like, well, you're still under contract.
You're still under contract to us. Yeah. We still have you do things even though our show's canceled. Doesn't matter. Because again, Lucha Underground was a wrestling company. It wasn't really it's owned by a production company, but it's still.
It was also run in part with AAA.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about AAA, you know that AAA is one of the scummiest companies in the world.
Absolutely disgusting company.
Because what does AAA do when somebody leaves? Oh, sure.
Let's just bury him.
They'll just, oh, by the way, now there's a new guy who's La Parker, and there's a new guy who's Mystico.
We'll just call them something. We'll just call them that.
We're just gonna, give the gimmick to somebody else.
That's absolutely terrible. They would make a new Santo if they could.
They would. They really would.
Yeah, his name's Santa.
Ooh, Ushi Kabushi, whatever they call it there by AJ. How does that not?
Ushi
How does that not
Kabushi.
screw up? How does that not screw up your knee? You're dropping a guy straight up. You know, the bigger the guy is, you're dropping him still on your knee and everything.
It doesn't. It screws up your knee terribly. It screws up That's why he doesn't do it very often, and when he does, it's like very pinpointed.
I notice when he does it to like bigger guys, it's like he's just like you just see him. Oh hell!
Jesus Christ! Yeah, and it's usually at the end of the match too. That's why he's calling for the finish. That's why he's calling.
Yeah. By the way, if you're in the video, come by, say something in the chat, whatever. Kylie Ray is indeed better than Bailey.
Absolutely.
We argued that point.
Is someone in the chat saying Kylie Ray is better than Bailey?
Yeah, Matt.
Oh my God, Matt, are you okay? That's cool. Listen, man, I got props with Bailey because Bailey fucking stood up for pro wrestling recently. But you want to know something? I think both of them would have a great match together, and honestly, I think they'd probably be a better tag team. It'd be like with when Sting and Eddie Gilbert got together. Remember that? When Hot Stuff, when Hot Stuff and Sting.
Now we're showing our age.
Oh my God! I just said something horribly old. I'm trying to equate it to something modern. No, I guess Kylie Ray is okay. I like Kylie Ray, and I like Bailey. I think Kylie Ray has a better bust than Bailey. I think Bailey has better thighs than Kylie Ray.
Well, we don't know because Bailey's never done a photo shoot like Kylie Ray did last
I
year.
know. So Bailey, you're now having this is called the Bikini Challenge. Mm-hmm. You have to compete with Kylie Ray in a bikini contest for me to be able to judge whether or not you're a better wrestler than Kylie Ray. If you can get over with the fans better than Kylie Ray as a bikini contest, you'll be crowned the better wrestler.
We're not saying that it needs to be like the Attitude Era. We're like, oh, we're doing a bikini contest tonight or anything.
Just for no reason.
Like that.
We don't need a gravy boat match or anything.
No, nothing like that.
Nah.
Maybe the occasional Jello match.
Although, you know what I really want? I want like Lacey. I want there to be not. I don't want to say hillbilly because that just sounds a bad connotation, but just like a country girl, right? I want a country girl gimmick so that we can bring back the slot match.
Oh God! Actually, that would be you get a farm girl.
You get a farm girl.
Who's the complete opposite of Lacey.
Absolutely, yes.
So you have Lacey versus the farm girl,
right?
And like Lacey has to do, like she has to lower herself to wrestle in a farm match or something like
right.
That.
Exactly.
And all this other stuff around and everything. You could just see Lacey like,
oh my God,
you're nasty and you know it.
You're a nasty little piggy. And then you get the farm girl just wallowing in the mud, being happy. You get Nikki Cross in the mud, wallowing in the mud while Lacey Evans is just looking at her disgustingly.
See, this isn't that hard to come up with.
No, and most of my lines I essentially are stealing from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Yeah, that's your thing.
That's where I'm stealing most of my storylines. I'm like Vince.
I'm like storyline on Mario.
Well, yeah, because they're ponies, of course, and one obviously is a country pony, and one obviously is a preppy pony, and of course they're going to dislike each other, but they're still friends. They're still friends at the end of the episode. At least that's what they tell me.
And now we're getting now it's Slugfest.
This is a great Slugfest.
You notice how I completely dodge and ignore all my little things. I support you calling Dana Glimmy, but that's as far as I go.
Well, that's because Dana looks like Starlight Glimmer. That's the reason why, and she looks like her, and kind of acts like her in a way too. But
ooh, that was a nasty little roll.
But I don't obsess with the show. I obsess with wrestling more than the show, and that's a hell of a Pele kick. And I'm liking this duel of the Pele kicks. This is better than the Super Kick Party.
Super kick is, by the way, the most overused move in wrestling.
Overused move.
Am I behind now? I mean,
now you sound like a Zoomer.
Oh. I thought it was behind in the.
I wish I could read the chat.
Yeah, Alistair versus Cesaro. We're checking the chat once again. Alistair versus Cesaro, definitely a great match. It just the big thing we were saying was it would have been greater if it was for like a TV title or something.
If it was for a TV title, if we brought back the television title and had a strict television title to go in between rosters and everything, and gave it to either Aleister Black or Cesaro, I think it would just give both of them and a bunch of other guys a much more a better tier chance of getting noticed by the fans.
And like I said, this is a good match. This is a pretty good match, and
yeah. See, in between my pony talk, I can make cogent points. In between me getting high and talking about ponies, I can make cogent points.
The big thing I hate about when they do these types of matches is just like there's no reason, there's no story behind it.
Right.
Cesaro, by the way, is still trending in the United States.
I know. Well, that was a hell of a match that he had.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's been over 90 minutes and Cesaro is still trending worldwide.
Everyone's talking about his braces. They're asking the same question you were. Where does he leave the braces?
Why else is he wearing braces? He's almost 40. What's the point of having?
Fuck. Oh my goodness. Let's point out that Ricochet, if he's gonna be the next like spot machine guy that they're gonna put together, like for Rey, like because Rey Mysterio is eventually gonna go, right? And they're probably not gonna bring in any more like real cruiserweights like they used to. Like there isn't gonna Evan Bourne's not gonna show back up and things like that, right? Guys that small, I don't think are gonna be featured anymore. They're gonna have high flyers like Ricochet, like well, Apollo Crews, he's a big guy and he does that kind of stuff too. But that's what they're gonna aim for now. I don't think they're gonna hire small people anymore. So, do you think that
not at least while Vince is in charge?
Right. I don't think they're hiring any more midgets until Vince gets out of the place. But do you think that these taller guys being able to do these kinds of moves kind of dismantles, the whole needing to have wrestling be put over?
I think at best it proves that we need. Ooh, Styles is going for top rope. Top rope
Styles Clash.
Styles Clash. Ugh. That's it. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
New champion.
It's over.
He almost killed him in the process.
I know. God damn.
That was a hell of a Styles Clash there. Wow.
If he hadn't tucked that head back, that was great.
We would have been looking at the first ever top rope Gonzo Bob.
I know. Great job, AJ. I know we didn't do much commentary, but it was a good match. I enjoyed it.
It indeed was a good match, and maybe this is the first step towards
something good.
The quote unquote club taking things over.
Absolutely.
Because we can't say Bullet.
Can't say Bullet. And you want to know something? It'd be perfect because you can have these three versus Ricochet and Finn Balor.
Supposedly, people are hoping that Finn Balor joins them.
No, I don't want him to join. He could be the outcast and have him work with Ricochet.
Hey, look, being Finn Balor, being the outcast, being all that stuff, what does it get him? It gets him working the opening match at 6 o'clock when the building's only a quarter full.
Exactly. That's what giving him the Intercontinental title did. That's what, okay, was having him opening up the show at 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
I mean, if he wants to wrestle in front of 200 people, he could do that on the Indies again.
I know. But you want to know something? Having him go against AJ Styles and the club and having him be a foil against him with the now ex-US champion Ricochet, now the ex-IC champ Finn Balor, that's a legitimate team.
It would be, yes.
That's not a fake team. That's a legitimate team. What this present's going to talk about now?
Batista.
Oh. Batista was drinking at like 7.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at that picture for a second. Like,
Fatu taught him how to sign a check. Fatu's just standing there. Now you have to sign your name under the numbers. Good job, brother.
It's a shame that Batista only wanted to work with Triple H.
Uh-huh.
Because there could have been a few matches that with the current roster that I would have liked to have seen.
If only Batista wasn't completely over.
But Dave was all like, "No, I just want Triple H.
I just want that one match."
It's the retirement match no one asked for."
Uh-huh. Who asked for Batista to retire?
Just because he can't, he's a big star and all. He doesn't have time for this wrestling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's no reason why he has to retire.
Right.
Oh, great! We are going to give Ziggler versus Kevin Owens.
All right. For what it is, this might be a decent match. This might be better than what we're coming out with.
Yeah, I know. It's just I have that general apathy towards everything Ziggler does now.
That's true. Ziggler has become a bit of a whiner, and becoming that whiner has really, really brought him downhill.
It's for some reason whenever Ziggler is on TV, that's like he's the channel changer. It's like I just have to go click.
Right. Oh, by the way,
I like Ziggler everything he does outside the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's on television in the WWE, because he's just such a paint by numbers type wrestler. Because if you've seen one of his matches, you've seen them all.
Well, that's because he did everything in the first 3 years of his career.
Yeah.
So then what was after that? Just junk. It's just, you're not going to do what you used to do? Well, okay. Oh, by the way, to show you all that we think the exact same way as the leading internet wrestling community leaders, Brian Alvarez just said he's happy that the New Day won the tag team titles, but because it's their 6th time, he can't see why it wasn't given to Otis!
I rest my case.
Right. So, we're not the only ones just marking out for Otis and no one caring. Otis needs to have a better program, not necessarily by himself, but they need to actually get Otis going.
Right now they're showing the tweet that Kevin Owens sent out yesterday about how, Shane McMahon, because there's a Shane McMahon match, all these people can't get on the card. Well, isn't it the ultimate irony that because of a Kevin Owens Dolph Ziggler match,
Who's that underneath one of the AOP? Was that Billy Kidman?
Yes, that's why Billy Kidman was trending on Twitter last night.
When Billy Kidman can't get hired?
You can't get a match on the card, and
damn it!
And Billy Kidman was like, "Did I do something? Why am I on Twitter right now?"
What did I do? Billy Kidman's trending. What Tori do now?
Oh my god! I forgot they were a thing.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
They were a thing when Tori was at her peak.
No. Tori is still very much at her peak right now.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying as far as a majority of people looking to her as a wrestling sex symbol.
Oh.
Yeah, Billy Kidman had her at her peak. Can't blame him. Beautiful girl.
What did Billy Kidman? Billy Kidman had her. He was with her. I think he was
with Becky Bayless for a little while, but then who wasn't?
Oh, God, there's a name I haven't heard in forever.
Becky Bayless.
Becky Bayless. What God? There's a name from the old IWC.
There's a name for the old IWC Black Book. No one fucking remembers. Wonder if her rates are still going the same way. I mean, yeah, I could book you for a week if you want. Sure, you can stay in the hotel room. Becky.
Yeah, it's amazing. All these chicks from back then. You hear, "Oh, stunner! Holy shit, this match is over already!"
It's over! Done!
1, 2.
Damn it!
That was the best Dolph Ziggler match ever.
Damn it!
Oh my god, that was the best match ever. I take back everything I was saying about that.
Well, I'm glad that they realized that they have more matches.
Wait. Kevin Owens is going to go to shooting. Hold on, let's see what he has to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Holy shit, that was a great match.
A direct shot to Shane McMahon, who is definitely like.
You know what? Now that there's nobody to cut my mic off, last Tuesday night on SmackDown, I said that every time Shane McMahon calls himself the best in the world,
so Kevin Owens being the great guy he is, he was like, I don't need to waste TV time. 1, 2, 3, it's over.
Right.
By what I said.
Hold on a second, I gotta watch this.
In fact, I fully expected to get here tonight and get suspended or maybe even fired. And the truth is, if Shane McMahon hadn't been in the ring with The Undertaker, that's probably what would have happened.
If Shane wasn't jerking the curtain.
But I guess I live to see another day, because after that Tombstone Pile Driver, I know I speak for myself. Everyone in the locker room, everybody in this arena,
yeah, that's telling
everyone
Al.
watching at home, when I say Shane McMahon can kiss my ass and go straight to hell. I don't know.
Corey Graves being a suck up. He doesn't speak for me.
You don't speak for me and my ilk. That was fantastic. Thank you, thank you, Kevin. I want Kevin Owens to come back. If they're going to bring back the 20-minute interview with this whole Attitude Era shift, let's have Kevin Owens have his 20-minute interviews back.
I could totally buy Kevin Owens being the new Stone Cold with him just coming in, hit the stunner, boom, that's it.
Totally. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Kick. Remember back in the day, it was the old joke was kick, wham, stunner.
I want Kevin Owens one day to just go like on a rampage. Like, you don't know who it's going to be, but someone's getting stunned tonight. And he just comes out randomly between matches and just stuns the person and runs back.
So it'd be his version of the random canyon cutter.
Right. Wham! Just runs to the back.
Ooh, buy one shirt, get one for $1.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I don't want that much ugly Roman merchandise, though. Well, we're still in Philadelphia, in case you didn't notice.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're still in Philly? Why are we still in Philadelphia?
Okay, it must be time for Kofi versus Samoa Joe next.
No, this ought to be a good match, though. I'm actually kind of excited for this match.
When I'm Gone by Dirty Honey. I have no idea what kind of music that could possibly be.
It's that kind of music that goes like this. Jesus Christ, that took a lot out of me. Jesus Christ. How are these people doing it for fucking albums at a time?
Yeah. By the way, that cage match that he had with Dolph last, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago? Him flying out of the cage is still one of the best endings ever.
Absolutely. It goes up there when Big Show tossed Stone Cold out of the cage and inadvertently made Stone Cold win the match.
And also when he chokeslammed JBL from the top of the cage, and he falls through the ring, and then because technically he is the floor, he hit
right.
the floor first.
The Big Show's been in a lot of screw jobs, hasn't he? Man,
What we're saying is Big Show knows how to.
He knows how to take care of business.
He does.
Big Show walks to the ring, taking care of business.
No new stuff. Yep, Ziggler did. Ziggler, hopefully, if he did get buried, hopefully Ziggler's gone for another 6 months now.
Uh-huh. Have him go on tour. Have him go on a comedy tour or something, please.
Yeah, let him do his comedy. Let him do whatever, just...
Give him a podcast. Just
Whatever.
get him off TV. I don't mind if on the podcast he's like Jericho and he tries to sell the character on the podcast. Like every once in a while he brings on a guest and he like tells the guest, "Hey, it should have been me, right?"
Yeah.
Every podcast guest he does that to. It should have been me, right?
It should have been me.
It should have been me. Me. I'm like, dude, you're an All-American from Kent State. You're literally a ranked #1 collegiate wrestler. You were fantastic. Why did they edit out the middle finger on a pay-per-view?
Because kids might see something like that.
But it's a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules.
Well, we can't be too extreme, for Christ's sake.
That's a middle finger! Kevin Owens just said, "Go to hell and kiss my ass."
Well, look, you could say ass, but, when you're showing a finger, oh my God.
Alright, I gotta hear the Samoa Joe promo. It's still the best heel promo in the business going in the company.
The opportunity to win the WWE title. Now, just moments before your match, any final words for the champ?
Final words, a message, if you will.
I
Well,
wouldn't
the
say it's
message
unexceptional,
is
Joe.
very clear, and it stands here before you. I am here to end the unexceptional reign of Kofi Kingston. And Kofi, don't think the significance of tonight is lost on me.
I love his
New Day
eyes.
Champions, you, a champion. And tonight, you all want to walk away.
His Dick Bonkwinkle eyes.
Gold held high.
He does.
But tonight, Kofi.
God, imagine if Samoa Joe came to the WWE 10 years ago.
One that will
God.
not begin when you close your eyes on the pillow tonight. No.
Joe, why'd you stick around 10 more? Why'd you stick around so damn long in TNA?
He just got bullied by Kevin Nash.
At the new WWE champion, Samoa Joe.
Up next we got, here comes Samoa Joe, and
Joe and Kofi. The strangest of matches, honestly, because, like I said, they should have kept him. They should have kept him the way it should have been.
well, apparently what happened
They should have
was,
kept him U.S. champion.
what happened was is they decided Kevin Owens is going to be Steve Austin now, so he can't be a heel.
Right. Because
And
Steve
they're
Austin
like-
wasn't a heel and then became a face.
Right. Then they were like, well, we have no one to face Kofi then. Well, I'm sure we got something. Well, let's just throw Joe in the match. Nope. There was nobody else on the roster who could face Kofi Kingston. for the title.
Nobody else.
Not Sami Zayn.
Not Andrade.
Not Andrade. Who else? Who the hell else is on that damn SmackDown roster?
Not
Not that it matters, because apparently you can go between Raw and SmackDown and get title shots in either show now.
So let's just add
Here's the pancakes. I still don't get the pancakes.
the pancakes.
They've been doing this for 2 years now. I don't get the pancakes.
I don't understand the pancakes.
I just don't understand the pancakes.
Because they liked pancakes when they were kids, so they're celebrating by sharing the thing that they had when they were when they loved as a kid. I can only assume that's the reason why. I wasn't watching when they were talking about pancakes.
They went from breakfast cereal to pancakes. I missed it.
They went from breakfast cereal to pancakes. Where'd you guys get the pancakes? They went to a Waffle House and got confused.
I would kind of like to see somebody, like DDT. I know they don't use like a DDT or whatever. No, you would think that Xavier and Big E, when they do their midnight hour finisher, somebody gets a flying DDT right into the pan of pancakes.
Something with the pancakes. If they're gonna bring out this many pancakes,
somebody has to get like pile drivers or something into the pancakes. Samoa Joe can't use the muscle buster anymore, so it's not like he's gonna muscle bust somebody into the pancakes.
Right.
Maybe the Uranagi into the pancakes or something.
Can you imagine when Eric Bischoff gets a hold of SmackDown, we're eventually going to get a swimming pool full of pancakes?
No, it's gonna be a swimming pool full of pancake syrup.
Pancake syrup. Yep. Maple syrup. A whole thing of maple syrup.
New Day are gonna do something with maple. They're gonna have their maple syrup, and then. Ooh, nice clothesline by Joe there.
At least they're starting off strong. You know what? If this is a hard-hitting match like I expect it to be, then I can respect Kofi a little bit more. Because so far Kofi's just dealt with Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, which aren't like soft shoes, but
Extreme Rules, the #1 trend worldwide. Yeah, that's great and all, but
right.
What about Cesaro being the #4 trend in the United States?
Hey, Cesaro!
Oh, he's dropped out of the United States now. Well, it was good while it lasted.
He gets transferred. Gets transferred to NXT UK.
I don't know. Now,
can't get over on our show anymore.
Everyone's talking about Big Little Lies and 90 Day Fiance. I'm sure one and the same thing.
That's what happened. It was all over for it. Oh, man.
That was funny.
Kabang. I like that side sweep that he did. Right into the knee, which you don't see very often.
Matt in the chat, he says, the New Day pancake gimmick is worse than the Shockmaster. Thank you, it is. I just don't... unless New Day got like a sponsorship deal with, like, say, like Denny's or Waffle House or something.
Waffle House?
Like, get the New Day Grand Slam breakfast for only $5.99.
Right.
Then I can understand. Okay, I understand the pancake deal.
I would totally eat a unicorn pancake from a unicorn New Day pancakes from Denny's.
Right.
I can only imagine what that would be.
I mean, hell, like the WWE works out a deal with maybe Aunt Jemima or.
Why did you say that?
Because I'm trying to think of who the hell makes frozen pancakes.
Who the hell makes frozen pancakes?
It's them or those Kodiak people that make those grizzly bear pancakes.
Oh, dude, can you imagine if they had grizzly bear pancakes for the New Day? They're throwing around fucking frisbees of pancakes. These huge fucking plates.
Who the hell makes frozen pancakes? All right, you got Aunt Jemima, you got those Kodiak people who make those ones. You got whatever generic store brand you are, whatever store you go to.
Right. That's an interesting thing. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Dean might make some pancakes. Maybe pancake sandwiches.
Right, yeah, I think they make griddles and stuff.
Yeah.
Shit, I cannot think. So, anyway, the point is, if they're gonna do all this pancake shit, they should at least have a sponsorship for
it. The New Day, brought to you by Pancake House.
Yeah, there you go, IHOP.
IHOP, there it is.
How the hell do they not have a pancake sponsorship with IHOP?
Right.
Come now for the New Day pancake special here at IHOP. Pancakes, you get your unicorn pancakes only $5.99 a stack.
Stack of unicorn pancakes, eggs and sausage and bacon.
By the way, this is a good match.
This is a great match. I like this match.
This is a great match.
They're beating each other up this way I thought they would. They're not like playing with each other very much. I like Samoa Joe's haircut. I wish I could pull that off.
Nice counter.
Very, very great.
I love Joe when people are gonna run in. They think they're gonna do a suicide dive on him, and Joe just throws a forearm up, and he's like, "I ain't playing."
I don't play those things.
I don't do that shit.
I don't play flippy doos. But no, other than Samoa Joe's hair looking like a turnip from Super Mario Brothers 2, it's pretty good. It's a great match.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could get my hair like that.
That would be great. I like Samoa Joe's hair.
This New York City humidity and heat is just not kind to it anymore.
No.
No matter how much hair gel I use, it doesn't. It frizzes the hell out, and it's just like it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be all metal and keeping my hair long as possible. All hard rock metal. Keep my hair long and everything, but the humidity and the frizz just ain't keep work up. Joe's gonna break his hand here in a second.
There we go. There we go. That's what I like to see from
Oh, he's
Joe.
trying to do a finger. He's trying to break a finger.
Break his fingers! Break his fingers!
Ow, 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 ow.
Yes!
Oh, God. Considering all the problems I have with my fingers, that really hurt to watch.
That's what I like to see. This is the kind of Joe I like. And you want to know something? This is the kind of heel that Kofi Kingston needs to have.
Yeah.
Not a whiny...
Oh, he did it to the middle finger.
Uh-huh. Good job, Joe!
How did no one ever do that to Austin?
I know.
Thinking about it just now, how did no one ever... You want to flip me the finger? Okay. And then somebody
He
breaks
just
his finger.
grabs him by the finger.
How did no one ever do that to Austin? I'm going to tweet that to Austin later. How did no one ever... Why did no one ever think to try to break your middle fingers when you flip them off?
He fucking tweets back. Well, damn, son. Owen tried breaking something on me to stop.
Well, goddamn, son, the last time somebody tried to break something on me, it didn't turn out too well, did it?
I know. Fuck. What? There we go. See, I like Joe as a nice, strict heel, just beating the hell out of people and everything else. This should be the world champion.
And Kofi's trying to chop him with a broken...
I know. There's things that Kofi... There's nothing Kofi can do here. Come on, Kofi. Don't be dumb.
The whole thing is he's right-handed, so of course, when your right hand is hurt, like your brain is just like, well, okay, so the hand hurts, just keep using it.
Just keep using it. It doesn't work that way. Stop.
You have another hand for this sort of stuff. Oh no, I gotta use the one that hurts.
I gotta use the one that hurts because it's the only one I know how to use. There we go. This is what I like. See, but I'm liking that.
Now, does it count as him? Does it count as being flipped? Him holding up the finger if he's holding up his finger because it's broken? Because it's broken or something.
Do the PG censors count that, or are they gonna blur that out? Oh man. But so far, great match. I'm liking the clash of the styles, and like I said, it's a hard hitting. There it is. That's what that power slam is. I love. I adore that Samoa Joe power slam.
Now he's got him in the STF and everything. Mm-hmm. That power bomb into STF. He was always so smooth with that. It's always been one of the smoothest transitions that Joe ever did.
Yep.
Okay, this is a great comment here on Twitter from the Death Valley Driver Best Twitter account. They want to know, why are you doing a middle finger spot if you don't actually want to show the middle finger?
Exactly. Kayfabe!
We can't show the middle... He hurt his middle finger. You have to take our word for it. We just can't show it.
Right. We think he hurt his middle finger. It could be both fingers. And in America, that's not offensive, so... When you think about it, Hacksaw Jim, when like Saudi Arabia and the Arab countries, right, are watching the network and everything. This is probably the only political statement I'm going to say tonight. But when you think about it, right, because over there, thumbs up means like go fuck yourself, right?
Yeah.
So when Saudi Arabia and all these Arab countries are like, that the WWE is catering to, watching the network and everything, when they're watching old footage of Hacksaw Jim Duggan throwing up the thumbs up and holding the American flag.
Oh, he blocked the Trouble in Paradise into the Coquina clutch there. Because we can't say rear naked choke. Ow! When he plants him and plops him. Oh.
I think they would be very offended.
Tough guy.
Tough guy. Oh!
That was a nice counter by Joe.
Very nice counter.
Kofi was going to try to do the old reverse kick off the ropes thing to try to pin him, and Joe again was like, I don't play that, and he just let go of him and dropped him.
Wham! See, that's what I like. I like a guy who knows how to counter these like just flippy doos. Like Joe's been in there longer than Kofi. He's been in there a long time. He knows the score. This is just natural to Samoa Joe. That's what makes Samoa Joe so effective.
Oh, Trouble in Paradise connects.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I'll be damned.
There it is. See? I
But-
still have hope for Samoa Joe.
But we have to see now, does Bork come out?
Come on, Bork. You coming out? Bork's going to come out during the other match. I'm serious.
No, I want Corbin to win.
If Bork comes out, if Bork doesn't come out,
Nah, it doesn't look like he's coming out. I do admire that guy who was holding up that big Kofi poster that he drew in the crowd. But it was clear. Oh, wait a minute.
uh-oh.
I think I see Heyman coming out.
Yeah, it does look like Heyman.
Okay, no, it was just...
It was just Adam Pearce.
Anyway, there's this poster in the crowd somebody's got of Kofi that they drew. I admire somebody when they draw something, but they obviously ran out of time, so it wasn't finished. Because if you look at it, like, you know, the hair's not done, he's got patches of the clothes that aren't done.
It's slightly slanted to the left.
You know, it's like...
It looks like Kofi just got out of the car real quick.
He looks more like No Way Jose with the white hair.
The white and green hair. Oh man, I miss No Way Jose.
I wonder what the Macho Man would think of you know, like a little Macho Man car in Rocket League. Ooh, freak out! We're playing soccer. Ooh, yeah.
Play soccer, but I'm driving. This is amazing. I think he'd enjoy it. Macho Man would put it over. That's the one thing I liked about Macho Man, is that he would put over anything that was really given to him. He just had a gift.
Because he's what you would call a professional.
Right. He's willing to put things aside to get things done, which is what I enjoyed from Macho Man Randy Savage. Yes, he was a little crazy with Liz and all that. Sure, everyone harps about that, but for what it is, everything he did in the ring was to a professional standard, and he made sure that everyone was taken care of.
Perhaps he was almost a neurotic standard, because you know, like, apparently he was the type that, like, no, we gotta rehearse it. We gotta
rehearse it 18 times in the locker room, and then do it another 20 out in the ring.
I would, supposedly before WrestleMania 3, him and Steamboat, they rehearsed that match for, like, I think a couple of days straight at, like, Savage's house and everything, in his backyard or whatever. God, could you imagine if they taped, Savage was like, he's probably the kind of guy that taped it, like, so he's got a handheld big camcorder set up in the, on the side of the house and everything. He's taping this match, and he's looking at it like, no, that move won't work. That won't work.
I would have loved to have known how Savage planned out his matches. Like, I know they planned out in great detail, but I would like to see Savage's brain as it's coming along with all these matches. Coming along with all of these things, everything. Just to see, because it would not only just be funny, entertaining to see a guy pander back and go back and forth, going, "Ooh, man, this is gonna be great. Ooh, it's gonna." Not only would that be funny, but just to see this guy who's just so extreme in his thinking, coming up with all this brilliant stuff, and then what do you say no to?
Yeah, what does Savage say no to?
Right. What do you say? No, we can't do that. We can't do that, Rick. Or we can't do that, Randy. Be awesome.
I bet you if he could have thought of it, a way to do it without wrecking his body, he probably would have did a macho elbow to the floor.
Mm-hmm. He would have figured out a way.
I mean, he invented the pile driver through the table. He could have figured out a way to do the elbow to the floor.
Mm-hmm. Without destroying his elbow.
Right.
I think he actually. I want to say he maybe have done it once. Just as like a reflex. It just seemed like a reflex thing to do, just drive an elbow off the top rope. Sometime early in WCW or something.
No, it has to have been way earlier than that. Savage wasn't going out of his way to do anything crazy in WCW.
No, that's not true. He did tons of shit that was crazy in WCW. Remember that Flair match he had? That Flair match at the pay-per-view?
Yeah, it was a surprise to Flair when it was like Randy was like, "You know, I think we need some blood in this match." And Flair's like, "Huh?
What?
What?" That's if you watch that match, it's from Starrcade 1995.
Yeah.
He's facing Ric Flair for the title, and he busts. Flair gets taps a gusher in that match. It wasn't the normal Ric Flair gusher.
No.
Ric bleeds a certain way, and
Ric Flair bleeds like a when you're watering your plants, a hose like when you're watering your plants. This was something much more than that.
Yeah, supposedly Randy was like, just need something. We're talking about the Macho Man right now because I can give two shits less about Becky and Seth the couple.
Yeah, I don't care. Hey, everybody, did you know Seth and Becky are a couple? If you didn't, then surprise, surprise.
Why does everyone have to be a couple? Why do they have to be boyfriend girlfriend?
I know.
Why don't they just say, look, we're not boyfriend girlfriend, we're just friends with benefits?
Right? Can we just not even friends with benefits? Can they just say they're friends? And if they're just friends, then you can speculate all you want about it. And then when you speculate all you want, then you actually build some sort of drama.
They're friends, and occasionally, she gives him a little something.
Right, because he's champion. I mean, who wouldn't if you were champion? Even if you were the women's champion, wouldn't you give something to the champion? And vice versa, by the way. Not just, why are you giving it to just men?
No, you think Seth can put her over?
I'll tell you one thing, she isn't going down without a fight.
But I still want somebody to work that into a match, a promo somehow against her. Just like, honey, does the man ever get down on your knees, something like that?
Does the man ever go down? No, you did come up with something like that.
Yeah, it was something to the effect about, does the man ever go down?
Yeah, Lacey asked, I don't know why Lacey would, but Lacey,
because she, being a true Southern belle and the feminist that she is,
right?
She knows how to please her man.
Right. She knows how to keep her man straight and in line.
There's certain
Darkwing Duck sucks. You suck, sir. There was a sign that said Darkwing Duck sucks, sir. You're the one who sucks. You are the one who sucks dicks.
How could anyone ever say, "Ooh, hello, that's the greatest camera shot of the night so far"?
Uh-huh.
Lacey is underrated hot.
Underrated. Why would you...
the man sandwich.
High five.
I like that one.
That was good. The manwich.
If the camera could just get another shot of her ass, I'd like to see what it says on it. Because she's got late initials on it. TRSST.
TR. Tony Rivera.
Teddy Roosevelt? I don't know.
Tony Rivera. All right, yay! Here comes Becky Lynch. Hey, everybody! The person that you're supposed to be cheering for is coming out. Now I don't hate Becky. You know that. Becky to me, you can look at our old shows. Becky to me has had a lot of Ridge Racer 64. What? Ridge Racer 64 sucked too. Anyway.
There's a lot of interesting shit signs in the crowd tonight.
Where's the Final Fantasy 9 sign? Where's the Final Fantasy 8 sign? Final Fantasy 8 sucked. It had a great soundtrack, though. I like Becky. I just this man gimmick. It's going strong. I'm glad it's going strong. It's a great gimmick for her. I don't want it to just be that. I don't want her to just be that though. Please.
Now, let us remember, this is an Extreme Rules match, so
Yep.
there's no rules.
There's no rules.
Except one rule. The men can fight the men, and the women have to fight the women.
Right.
But aside from that, everything goes.
Everything else goes.
Except men fighting women and women fighting men.
Right. Which is the reason why all I'm saying is that eventually what's going to happen is the end of the match is going to happen. Brock Lesnar's going to come out. He's going to tackle Seth. They're going to fight. And then Becky's going to get in Brock's face. Brock's going to stalk her. And then pin her for the title. And Brock will be the new WWE Women's Heavyweight Champion.
And then it'll work out because Becky's the man, and also it takes a real man to be the women's champion.
Exactly.
How the hell did that guy with the Geraldo sign get onto that side of the arena?
See?
Unless there's two people with Geraldo signs, which makes me question.
It is Geraldo.
Which makes me wonder what the hell is going on in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia loves Geraldo.
Unless that's supposed to be Groucho Marx.
No, it's Geraldo. Groucho's not that dark. And that's a different mustache. No, that's Geraldo.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So there's two, unless this person was on the other side of the arena and then
He ran to the other
side.
He ran to the other side.
Either he did that, or there's two people in this building with the same sign.
It's the same group of people. They're just sharing the sign, and they're just traveling to different places of the arena.
God, Lacey looks good tonight. Yeah, she's got SSTR on her back. I'd like to know what that means. I am all for the production, the camera people, giving us many.
There we go. That's what I'm liking. Hey, there we go, sweetie. Take it off, there. Bump, 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 bump.
Look, if you ever watch a women's match, they usually have a camera in a certain position that always
for some reason
gets a shot right up the legs. Let's just say. So it wouldn't be out of the question to have a camera just pointed at somebody's ass.
Right. It's not our fault. We're not the ones telling them to do these camera shots.
Okay, so this is an Extreme Rules match. That means anything goes. So of course we're starting the match off normally like a regular tag match
with the chicks. I do enjoy the fact that the WWE has taken the rules right, and I like the idea that WWE is taking the rules right on the women's matches, and there's some women that get to show cleavage and some that don't.
Ooh, oh, that was a horrible, horrible kick.
Oof.
That's gonna be a Botchamania clip right there. Where you could see it. You could already hear the back and to the left, back and to the left.
Smacker. Hey, Seth saved his girlfriend. We didn't even get a straight tag.
No, because Lacey tagged in Baron, and we have to follow the rules.
But that doesn't mean anything. Becky can walk backwards and tag in Seth.
Follow a rule, excuse me. Oh, nice blockbuster there by Seth.
A rule.
It's a match with no rules, but it has a rule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now he's like,
with this.
I challenge you, sir, to a duel.
Okay, now we got some kendo sticks. This is gonna be good. Hooray.
It still amazes me. From a video I saw of the Sandman recently, he apparently has quit smoking and he now vapes.
He needs it to stick to his lungs much, much quicker. If only nicotine could be implied hypervenously. If only I could hook up nicotine to my lungs, hook up nicotine to my veins.
Ooh, how you doing there, darling? Ooh! Wow! She hit the shit out of her there with that. Wow, That was like, I think Becky's a little pissed.
Mm-hmm. You see, girls, it's fine if they hit people with weapons, but boys, if they've hit each other with weapons, then it's kind of cruel. Yay! Seth and Becky are in the middle of the ring and they're celebrating or something.
No, they're setting up for their next spot.
I know. It's just come on. See, that's the standing around and making it look like you're about to do something. That's what makes this stuff not look good.
Well, the WWE has that habit now, like, because on the television shows, it's like, well, you got to stand around for 5 minutes during the commercial because we can't do anything anymore.
Right. Well, we're not at commercial breaks anymore. You can start hacking. I don't know why we're still placating to the crowd. We could placate to the crowd and do a move. By the way, the only reason why I'm actually like critiquing this match as opposed to having ignored most of the pay per view already is because this is the main event and this is what we're supposed to be paying attention to. To be honest.
And for an Extreme Rules match where there are no, why the hell are they treating this like a regular tag match?
Right.
This should have been a all out. The way that these teams are like hating each other and everything, it should have been an all out brawl. Just like somebody should have jumped somebody to say we're coming out.
Exactly.
But no, we got to get the introductions, and then we got to get the the official introductions because it's a championship match.
Right.
So we'll do that, and then we're starting off with some wrestling and all this other stuff.
And if it's a winners take all match, then again, why are we not having the men versus the women?
Exactly. You think that? I'm telling you, Baron. They want to really make Baron Corbin this really great heel. He has to hit Becky with the end of days to win the match.
I still think Brock should be the one hitting her. If anyone hits Becky, it needs to be Brock.
Like, take her to Suplex City.
Just grab her, just toss her.
Have Seth tied up in the ropes or something, and he takes her to Suplex City.
Mm-hmm. See, now they're trying to set it up. They're trying to set it up like Becky is gonna fight Baron and all this other stuff.
Keep them coming, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
And Lacey's throwing every chair she can find.
Everything she can find. Come on. Let's get a table in there, too. This is Extreme Rules. For what it is, let's say something positive about this match.
I mean, from I guess a mixed. I hate mixed tags, but from a mixed tag standpoint, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, very fine. So far, so good. It's coming along swimmingly.
It's just for an Extreme Rules match.
For people for Extreme Rules and people who have been, bullying each other for the past month and
for something that should be chaotic and out of control, this
is a very Monday Night Raw match.
It is very, very I know Lacey. Yes, I know Lacey is a former Marine indeed.
Mm-hmm.
She was a former MP, I believe.
Yeah.
And I love Lacey. I mean, she's. I wish she was a little more Dana Loesch than June Cleaver, but.
Well, that's because they don't want women to have like super heat. Women can't have white heat.
Yeah, if you think that people hate on Lacey now, just imagine
if she went all Dana Loesch, Sarah Palin on everyone.
Right now, she's just trying to be June Cleaver, Harriet.
Yeah, a little bit of a naughty June Cleaver.
Yeah, naughty June Cleaver, naughty Harriet Nelson from Ozzy and Harriet.
Yeah, these old '50s things that nobody can relate to. The minute she turns and starts spouting off things from the John Birch Society, it's gonna be all over. It's gonna be heel. It's gonna be super heel Lacey after that.
See now Baron's ready for Oh, nice to see they have about 20 chairs under the ring.
All right, here we go. It's almost like they were prepared for an Extreme Rules match.
But Baron was on down and out. Lacey, in a normal Extreme Rules match, they would have tagged in the person, and he would have gone after Baron.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we can only fight the women, and the women can only fight them, and the men can only fight the men.
Right.
So yeah.
Not that I want men fighting women and women fighting men.
No, I'm not saying I don't need to see like women, being, it's not like I want to see like the Tessa versus Sami Callihan. Like I said last week, great match. But do I need to see Tessa Blanchard getting pile drived? No.
No.
Did it make for a great? But was it for a great moment in the match? Yes, because she lost and everything.
Right, but it was like built up to something.
Yeah.
Like there should be like no men like really like wrestling women in this match, but Lacey getting into a hookup or a trip up with Seth, or Becky getting the upper hand with a cane on Baron, isn't that far fetched, Now
you want to talk about heat? Imagine Lacey wins the match by using the woman's right on Seth.
Oh, that would be perfect. That'd be the perfect way to have women versus men, is just have Lacey just clobber Seth.
It must be a little cold in the arena tonight.
Mm-hmm. I can tell. It's a great night, though. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't complain about that.
What the hell is she doing? Why is she taking so much time to get up to the top?
I don't know. Why'd she drag her to the middle of the ring? She could have just stayed on the other side. And then why? You see, that's the thing, is that everyone gives, and I mean, there's really no comparison because they're exact opposites in so many points. And here it comes this big, oh my God. There's so many opposites in so many ways, but everyone doesn't realize.
Right. Oh wait, no, that wasn't the woman's right. I'm sorry.
Everyone gives Becky a pass, but Becky's becoming just as robotic almost in her matches as Charlotte.
Yeah, she hits all the same. She hits all the same spots, all the same moves.
Yeah, I mean, she's really like she's not really going to the point. She's not really going to the mat like she used to. But I mean, being
beautiful springboard moonsault by the way for Lacey there.
Mm-hmm.
2 counter, no cover. I get Lacey is really she's got a busted mouth. I think.
I wouldn't be surprised after all those chair shots that Becky kept laying on her. Oh yeah.
Oh, now she's loading up. She's gonna right.
She's gonna lose a tooth.
We might see the stiffest woman's right ever.
You thought Nia Jax was a fucking right hand? Becky goes back into concussion mode. Oh, the turnaround with the arm bar. Roll up.
Yeah, tag.
Bam.
Tag him. Yeah, so come on, pin him. Come on, Seth, be a man. Go pin her.
Go pin her, Seth. Be a man.
What the hell are you thinking about? Just go pin her.
Jesus Christ. Go pin her.
And he's like, God damn it.
See, this is what I mean. Why can't he go pin her?
Well, he's getting a table now for some reason.
Oh, because it's Extreme Rules. For some reason, Seth Rollins doesn't want to end the match.
I know, for some reason, Seth doesn't want to end the match.
Both their titles are on the line if either of them lose.
So if Seth had just pinned Lacey, the match would have been
over. But he just like, forget that.
But he's like, no, I can't hurt him. I can't touch a girl.
I can't touch a girl. I can't even put my body over her to pin her. Otherwise, my girlfriend will get upset. Jesus, Seth.
What the guy?
Why is this taking so long?
For a couple, these two really don't talk to each other.
No.
They're like, you want to do this? Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. They have no communication skills whatsoever.
You'd think that they would have maybe talked about this earlier in the night or something.
Right. Plan their match out. God forbid.
Oh wait, I guess because the men and the women aren't allowed in the same locker room. So.
That's bullshit. They could have planned their match out last night.
they're after pillow talk and all.
Right. Please tell me.
Or are we not supposed to believe that
that they're not sleeping? They're not sleeping with each other. No, they're just boyfriend and girlfriend.
They're boyfriend and girlfriend. They don't do that.
They don't sleep with each other. The 13-year-olds listening to this show, they don't sleep with each other.
They hold hands, and they have their chocolate milk together. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. They do just like you do. You get your chocolate milk. You get a chocolate milk for you and your sweetheart. And to impress her, you put some pixie sticks in the chocolate milk and stir it up and chug it.
Oh, nice gut buster there on the announce table.
Just like
I like how they put the table back together after Shane destroyed it earlier.
Mm-hmm. Well, those Germans work fast.
We are efficient. The following people are being laid off.
Sips at Homer. Corbin Baron. That is all.
All right, Lacey, come on.
Okay, so now Lacey shouldn't give a shit. She should just go and pin Seth.
No, Lacey's now putting the kendo stick to him. And
oh, okay, good. See, Lacey doesn't give a shit. How come she doesn't just start clobbering him? No, you're not supposed to hit me because you're a girl.
Now I want to see her hit him with the woman's right and pin him.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to see it.
Come on.
And I bet you this isn't the first time she ever didn't beat the shit out of somebody with a stick.
Oh, dude. She's a Marine, for God's sake. This is a turn-on for her.
She was an MP, so she probably has beaten somebody with a kendo stick.
Right. She's the chick with the cigarette in Fallujah.
That's
Thumbs up.
Oh wait, we're gonna do a double choke slam here.
Oh, good. Yeah, she's gonna lose that tooth. Hold on a sec. I'll be right back.
I guess I gotta take over here. Double choke slam there. That was. Why the hell couldn't they just have them do the double choke slam on Seth? And she's like, "Damn it, Rudy Charles, you better learn how to count." Yeah, kick her out of the ring like the piece of garbage that she is. It's just this match boggles my mind. It's supposed to be extreme. It's supposed to be no rules. It's supposed to be no nothing. But God forbid that the women and the men, interact somehow. And looks like Baron's setting him up for something through a table. Yeah, there was a long time ago when Baron first started coming out of NXT. When he was doing the lone wolf thing, he rides the roads by himself and everything. I could have believed that they would have done something where he was like, he's the Undertaker's kid. It's about time the Undertaker, passed along the family business to somebody else. Double suplex for the table here. Let's see if it happens. He's got him up. No, wait, they're countering. Now it's a double suplex. It's a quadruple suplex, and
it's a quadruple.
It was a quad.
Wagada woo.
I was saying, as you were out for a second, I was saying that there was a time where I believed they could have did this deal where Corbin was the Undertaker's son.
Mm-hmm.
When he was the
when he was the lone wolf.
Yeah, he was the lone wolf. It would have worked too. Because, the Undertaker's had to pass the family business along to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been like a Doctor Who deal. Like, Baron Corbin becomes the new Undertaker.
You know what would have been great? You know what would have been a great angle? That, and you have Baron Corbin and the Undertaker, getting along and everything. And then, now this is so old that it wouldn't work anymore because those things don't happen. But my fucking network just stalled on me now.
All right. Well, right now, it looks like they're going to be doing a double team splash here. Seth's on the top rope. Becky's on the middle rope. And Seth is going to... And Becky with the leg drop for the table. And Seth with the frog splash to the floor.
Oh, man.
That was kind of extreme.
A bit of extreme, yes.
Kind of. Come on, Brock. Now is the time for
Brock, this is the perfect time.
I will admit, was pretty cool to see Seth jump like a good 10 feet there.
Mm-hmm. Seth is one of the most athletic people on the roster, so. And my network stalled. God damn it. Even the network doesn't want me to see the end of this match.
Well, so they rolled Seth back. I mean, Seth has rolled Baron back into the ring. I think Becky's supposed to be down for the count here because she did her big spot.
Everybody heard that Brock's going to be on the show. That's the reason why everyone's coming on the network now.
Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Corbin counters the curb stomp into a powerbomb. Nice move there. And he hits him with deep six. 1, 2, and Becky breaks up the count.
Oh, good. Becky actually could do something.
Yeah.
Yay! Thanks, Bex.
Come on. Maybe I will see my dream after all. Maybe I'm going to see
Becky get at the end of days.
It's for a chicken shit like Corbin, it's the perfect move to win the match.
That is true. That is true. One, two, and there's the breakup. I'm back, by the way. Thank goodness.
Oh, good. Thank God.
I'm not carrying the show anymore.
And Becky just sent Lacey to... Oh, wait. He had a days!
You got your dream.
Mega heat. That was
there's
for you.
There's the white heat.
He's pointing at Seth and goes, that was for you.
I made you into a man today, Seth.
By the way, somebody in the match got busted open because the gloves are on.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Seth is pissed.
Look at him. There we go. That's what I like to see. Finally, Seth Rollins doing something interesting.
This is like the most fire I've seen out of Seth ever.
Thank God. You know, the best part is, though, is that if this was Mike Kanellis, he'd just be sitting in the corner.
Maybe Becky's the one that got busted open.
Maybe.
Because I don't see anyone else bleeding.
Well, I mean, there was Lacey.
And he said the second curb stomp. Yeah, Becky must have got
busted because she's not showing up on TV.
No, I don't think she's bleeding either. Who the hell is bleeding in this match then?
Lacey's just walking away.
3 curb stomps there by Rollins.
Yeah.
Oh, Seth's arm is a little cut up. That's about it.
Okay, that might be it. They're just trying to make sure it doesn't go all over the place. Then kapang! 4 of them. 1, 2, 3.
Wait. He's coming.
Here comes Brock! Doom.
He's here. Bork is here.
Bork! Oh, please, Bork, smack Becky. Oh, look at him. You knew they couldn't let this last for a year, though.
Suplex City. Suplex City. Cash it.
Cash it in. Wham.
Oh, Seth won. Baron Corbin hit. My brother wants to know what happened because he wasn't watching.
And he's your producer.
Bet. The bald guy Baron Corbin, yes, he hits the end of days on Becky, and then Seth got fist. F5.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
And there it is. In the land of Rocky, they give you the beating.
And Seth got. Why keep saying that? Seth.
Because that's what they're called. Becky and Seth are called Beth.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's why you keep saying Beth. And Bork is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
Come on, Becky, get in the ring and hit him with a cane.
Exactly. Hit him in the balls and pin him.
People hate Brock so much, but I love Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Brock's got the easiest job in the world. Just come out, just do this, boom.
I have heat. They give me money. That's good enough.
Brock is like the smartest professional wrestler in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to kill himself. He just comes out, does
Brock Lesnar is legitimately the 21st century version of Ed Strangler Lewis and all those guys. A guy that anyone knows could just take the title whenever he wants, and all he has to do is just show up. He's Lou Thez. He's Buddy Roberts. Not Buddy Roberts. Buddy Rogers. Buddy Roberts.
That would be funny seeing him.
Buddy Roberts is World Heavyweight Champion. The greatest chicken shit heel in the history of the business. Oh, man. But it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, I'll give it that. And what I mean by that is, I'm glad Baron Corbin's the one that got to hit Becky.
And they still won't do anything with Becky. She's selling the end of days like it's death.
Uh-huh. Which she needs to. Good. Good girl.
So maybe tomorrow night we'll see Becky finally confront Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Well, that's the end of the show, folks, I guess.
That's all of it.
Wow. Thank God. Wow, this show actually went almost 4 hours. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Damn. Maybe they really are competing with AEW.
I know.
AEW apparently did a 4-hour show last night, so I was like, fuck, we got to keep up with these people.
Well, I'm sure glad that show was finished. A long one, but still a fun one.
I love that Brock is the champion now. Ooh. Yeah, I love
surprise ending.
Yeah, that was a fun ending. I would have liked it if Brock tried to walk out with both titles.
Mm-hmm. But
you know what he should do? He should have cut the briefcase in half. that way he can
get both of them.
Both titles.
This is the other half. Half now, half later.
He broke the case in half. Here, half for one title, half for the other. Who's gonna stop Brock saying no? You can't. It doesn't work like that.
Brock, you can't. Brock, stop ripping our briefcase in half, please. Oh man, what a great show, and what a great, an above average show. Maybe if it was a 4-star Raw, above average.
That would have been a very good Raw.
Mm-hmm. So that's our ranking.
I don't know where the hell they are tomorrow night.
I don't know.
Where is Raw going to be tomorrow night?
It's probably gonna be in Philadelphia again. Philadelphia or Pittsburgh? Are we going to Philly? Staying in Philly? Or are we going to Pittsburgh? Who's going to the Holiday Inn? That's what I want to know. Who's going to the Holiday Inn on Radnor?
Oh, 19.
I don't even think I don't even think the Holiday Inn's on Radnor.
Oh, they're here. They're here in New York. They're at the Nassau the Mausoleum.
Oh, see,
they're at the Coliseum. They go from one shithole to another.
Jesus Christ. Well,
hey, if you've ever been to the Nassau Coliseum, you would understand that sentiment.
Absolutely, but
they rebuilt the place, and it is still a dump.
It's a lovable dump, though. It's like the Cow Palace. It's a lovable dump. They're trying to shut down the Cow Palace. I wish they would do wrestling out of the Cow Palace more often.
What's wrong with the Cow Palace that they got to shut it down?
The only thing that draws money in the Cow Palace are the gun shows, and San Francisco's shutting down guns.
I can see how that would be a problem.
Yeah. It literally is the only thing that draws money. So. Anyway.
But yeah, they just recently rebuilt the Nassau Coliseum from like the inside out. Gave it a new, slap new coat of paint, some spackle here, changed the seats out, colors and everything. And they tried to modernize this arena, but the fact remains, if you ever go to something in Nassau, it's the only thing around for miles. It's literally the Nassau Coliseum. Maybe a couple of blocks away is Hofstra. There's a McDonald's across the street if you can get through the parking lot. But aside from that, there's nothing. There's nothing. National Coliseum is literally in the middle. It's like the Meadowlands, except at least the Meadowlands in New Jersey is sort of near civilization.
Right.
The National Coliseum is near nothing.
Which is a perfect place to put a wrestling show. Anyway.
That was one of the good things. That was one of the good reasons why they built the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn. It was like, oh great, we don't have to go to Nassau anymore.
And Barclays still is Barclays worth it?
Barclays is a good building. It's really good for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, yeah, it's a sports arena.
the only thing I do not like about Barclays is it's such a dimly the outside looks like a giant rusted bird's nest because for some reason they decide, oh, let's just go with this metal brown whatever it is outside, and then the inside is everything's black and gray. There's no color in the building whatsoever.
That's like most modern buildings, though. That's the reason why I don't like going to shows and things like that anymore. Because most of the buildings all look the same.
It's supposed to be the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets color scheme because they're black and gray.
Because they're boring.
But yeah, exactly. Well, not now. I mean, now they have some actual good players on the team.
Well, I mean, color scheme. I mean, the Nets used to have orange. They used to look like the Knicks. Used to have the Knicks colors.
The Nets used to have red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
The Nets used to be much more colorful team.
Mm-hmm.
And
then what happens? Jay-Z buys it, and they then become black, gray. They become the Raiders. Congrats. And now they're moving. But those are the fixed sports. We're talking about real sports like pro wrestling.
Exactly.
And so this was a decent show. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 4. Good job. I still haven't watched the AEW shows, so I still can't compare. I'm probably gonna watch that later on tonight, along with the Evolve show. And
yeah, there was more wrestling this weekend than what to do. I was trying to watch AEW last night. I was trying to keep up with New Japan earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a day behind on on the G1 already.
Right.
And there was Evolve. Evolve show happened last night. Now we just went through this. This is the most wrestling I can remember in ages.
It's going to be great in August or in October when they're all coming together all at the same time.
Yes, I could just supposedly there's rumor that the WWE might move NXT to Fox Sports 1, so it's against they maybe cuts into like the first hour of AEW or something.
Yeah, it's a smart move. Very smart. Well, I'm exhausted and I need to go eat.
Yeah, that was definitely I definitely enjoyed that. It was a good show.
Very good show.
Overall, I would say Extreme Rules was a lot better than you thought it would be.
It was a lot better than last year's show. Let's put it that way. Much better than last year's show.
I'm just still amused at the fact the Undertaker had to jerk the curtain.
Hey, but you want to know something? That just shows that he has respect for the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, Undertaker. Thank you for showing respect to the new generation. It's been a wrestling kind of week where people have been showing respect for the business. I'm liking this week. This week was awesome.
Yes. All right, so thanks for listening as always, and make sure you subscribe,
share, tell everybody about us. We know the industry insiders are listening to us anyway. We know because we see our programs on television being done poorly. So guys, if you like, we're for hire. We'll gladly teach you guys how to write wrestling.